2, 1. Setting up.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's live session. We are going in with Twitter today.
We are live now. We're building the Twitter clone. Phil, how's it going? How are you feeling?
Super excited, guys. This is going to be super fun. We are going to go through a few new concepts here and there. And yeah, we're doing this. We're going to do the Twitter clone live. And, you know, always excited to do this stuff.
Guys, tag us, #Zayo on Twitter as we clone Twitter, guys. Do this. Let's wait for some users to join.
Huh?
Let's wait for some users to join.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'm going to drop the assets. Can I drop the assets on Facebook, Harjot?
Yeah, you can do that. Hey, Sanya, how's it going? Welcome.
Welcome to the house, Sanya. It's good to have you here.
Hey, it's good to be here, guys. I am super excited. So I'm gonna watch the pros do their thing. So awesome, guys.
Right. I think this is going to be great practice for you guys. I think the past week, you guys have been doing a lot of HTML, CSS. So I think this will be a nice way to sort of, look at the concepts again. A lot of the things that we'll be doing will be similar to the previous clones that we've done. But there's a few new things here and there, like we'll be working a lot with SVGs today. So that should be super interesting for you guys. And yeah, just try to follow along. I'm going to drop the assets right now on Facebook and all the groups. And so you guys can start off and follow along.
Cool. Any recommended songs? Luyanda, how's it going? Welcome to the house.
Shout out to Luyanda. Guys, Luyanda basically had the best solution last week. He built the Zayo clone replicate. And guys, it was a great job done. Luyanda, super proud of you. And yeah, keen to have you here, follow along with us today. He built the Zayo clone replicate. And guys, it was
cool. We're just waiting for some users to join. How's it, Rosie? Welcome to the house.
Hi guys, how are you all?
All good, Rosie. Super keen for this session.
I can't wait. I'm so ready. I'm already setting up my VS. I'm ready to go. I'm like, today I'm coding along. I'm not getting lost and confused. I've got this.
You've got this, Rosie. You've got this. Let's do this. You can't tell me you don't see that I'm sparkling. I did what I had to do. I'm not sorry. Who's calling, man? And they salty, man. And they salty. First of all, I made my sacrifices by my lonely self. Then I had to face the consequences by my lonely self. Everybody looking at me as I almost self-destruct, cause they want me to give it up or fuck it up. This world is tough.
I think Facebook is muting our music, eh?
Really?
Yeah.
No way. Come on.
Everyone on Facebook, let us know if you can hear our music here. Give a thumbs up if you can hear the music.
Yeah, guys, please give a thumbs up if you can hear the music. No matter what, I'ma get me some cake.
I'ma count my blessings if I can't count my days. This what I say, hey, I'ma do my thing regardless. If it's me against the world, then I'll be heartless. I try my hardest. You can't tell me.
Banjile, how's it going? Welcome to the house.
I did what I had to do, but I'm not sorry. Who's calling? Man, it ain't salty. Man, it ain't salty. Pull up in a Lambo. I'm Bankhead where it used to be a war zone. That's where the iron niggas seeing white people jog on the same street that they used to sell crack on. Look, see that couple paid half a
Akhil,
million.
have you dropped the link for the assets on Facebook?
Generation, we been drinking way for Sunday crack. All we got.
Sorry, Arjut, did I drop the link off?
Of the assets you're gonna be using?
Oh yeah, I was just about to do that. I dropped it on the groups. Just want to put it on Facebook now.
And you can also drop it on the chat here.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, that's right, Leander. We love Nasty C. Nasty C SA. It was a great job done, Leander. Super proud of you. And yeah, keep. Yeah, that's right, Leander. We love Nasty C. Nasty C SA. It was a great job done, Leander. Super proud of you. And yeah, keep. Yeah, that's right, Leander. We love Nasty. I can hear myself again and again.
I think
What's
that
happening?
it's on my side. I played on my
Okay.
Facebook. Yeah. That was awkward. Okay. Cool. We're just gonna wait for another 3 minutes before we start off. Akhil, what do you say?
Cool. Sounds good. Dude, I'm struggling to upload the assets on Facebook.
We can share our GitHub repo. We can upload it there.
Okay, cool.
So why don't you create a GitHub repo in the meantime while we wait for everyone to join? And
Okay.
then,
I'll do that.
yeah. How's everyone feeling, guys? Are you coding along today? Drop a thumbs up if you're coding along. Auntie Fancy, how's it, man?
I'm good, thanks, man.
Oh, that's right.
Good.
Guys, everyone else, could you please mute yourself? Yeah, thanks. Okay. Akhil, so do you want to share your screen and show how you're creating the GitHub repo? Let's start off.
Yeah, let me just share my screen.
We're here in Malawi. I'm in Malawi right now. And we can begin.
Awesome. Harjit, please enable screen sharing.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
So guys, so what we're doing today is we will be cloning the Twitter homepage. So Akhil will show you the homepage we'll be cloning. It will be pushed on Git. We'll be using Git for collaboration, and then we'll deploy it on Netlify. So we can get started now. So that's the homepage that Akhil and me will be cloning today, guys. How exciting is this?
This is gonna be a good one, guys. This is gonna be a good one.
By the way, who uses Twitter? I don't, because I can just clone this, but I don't use Twitter. Okay.
So I'm just what I'm doing is I've just initialized the project, and I'm just gonna push this code to GitHub now. So the first thing you always do, guys, like we do this in all our projects, You got to initialize the repo first. Then you can add all your files to the project. What's going on? I have no idea what just happened. My styles, my beautiful Visual Studio Code looks normal now. That's nice. So I committed the files, and now I'm just going to link this with my GitHub repo that's online. And I'm just going to drop this here. So I already created a new repository on my GitHub, and I'm just going to link my local repository with what I have on GitHub. So remote add origin, and then git push u origin master. So now I'll be able to push the code to GitHub. So let's see. Awesome. Great, and the code has been pushed successfully. And now let me just refresh this. Let me see for Jyot. I can add her Jyot as a collaborator. And our code is right here. The assets are here. So we'll share this link with you guys. I'm just going to drop this in the chat. So that's the link. I'll just drop it on Facebook as well.
Cool.
That's right, Londolani. Can't wait for the final product. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I'm going to add her Jyot as a collaborator now. And I'm just inviting him. Jyot Singh. Awesome. And I have successfully invited him. All right. Epic. Harjot, now you should be able to access the repository from your side.
Perfect. I should receive an email.
Yeah.
And I've received an email. I'm going to be accepting. So we did this last week. So I'm just going to quickly do it on my side. One be showing it here.
No, you don't have to. Okay.
Princess, do you have a question? You can drop them on the chat if you have any questions. I see you've raised your hand, so you can drop any questions. Okay, cool, no worries. Okay, so Akhil,
Yeah.
I guess the GitHub repository has been initialized. Do you want to deploy directly on Netlify so that the users can see how to deploy on Netlify?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. So should I just deploy it right now?
Yeah, let's deploy it right now.
So yeah, guys, this should be like, your workflow. Anytime you're setting up your project, it's okay to also just set up your Netlify for the continuous integration and deployment. And let's see. So I'm going to say new site from Git. I want to link to my GitHub. And I want to search for the Twitter. I'm going to do Twitter. There should be 2 repositories that come up. The Twitter clone HTML, CSS. And anytime I push the master, it's basically going to be deployed. So I'm just going to deploy that site now. Okay. And I'll just change the name so it looks a bit prettier.
Cool.
So this is going to be the Twitter clone. Twitter clone.
Called Zio.
Yeah. HTML, CSS. Okay. So
Right.
now, yeah, the link should be live.
You can
And-
drop it on the chat.
Yeah, I mean, nothing will be visible now, but this will, I mean, like, Arjun, let's drop this towards the end once we have some stuff in it. Okay. So yeah, guys, I think we can begin now, Harjot. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do this, guys. Let's get started. Let's start
into it,
cloning
yeah.
Twitter. About to
Awesome.
clone the page.
So yeah, we're basically gonna go about cloning this page now. And straight off the bat, you can see that we're dealing with 3 different columns over here, right? So what we should do is we'll break this down into 3 different columns. But I think, Harjot, if we scroll down over here, you can see that this is kind of like 1 bar, correct?
Correct. So as you can see, both the second and the third column are scrolling when you scroll down. So the way we're gonna break it down is we'll have 2 columns, and the second column will have 2 rows. The first row will basically be the nav bar, because the nav bar is basically fixed. The entire thing is fixed. So I think that would be a good way to go about the structure.
So let's break it down, right? So
yeah.
Let me put this here. So basically, we need to have like some sort of sidebar. Right? I mean, first we need to have a main container, right? That will have all of our different styles, right? And then inside our main container, we need to have these 2 different styles that we'll be dealing with, right? So I think the first thing could be sidebar. And then after sidebar, we can have like the content container, okay? So this will be our sidebar, and then you can see that we're just putting the content in one place right now. But inside the content, we can break it down into like, let's see, main content, and then we can call this like trending content, right? So we can say main content, and then we can say trending content, right? Yeah. And then we basically have this nav bar over there up top over here. So I think that should also be catered for in content. Hang on a sec. So we have the sidebar.
Why don't you add wrap the content inside another div, call it main, and then put the nav bar and content in parallel.
Okay. So basically the nav bar and the content is going to be in parallel. So I'm going to call this main, right?
Yeah.
And then the nav bar is going to be inside here as well. So I'm just going to create another one called content, right? And then I'm going to add these different divs inside our content, right? And then here, I'm just going to do nav bar, okay? Cool. And then inside the nav bar, we basically have 2 things. We have this like header, and then we have this search bar. So we can also just add that. We have a header, and then we have a search bar. And yeah, I think it's a good starting point. And yeah, I mean, we might end up changing the divs later on, but I mean, at least we have a starting point to work with. So cool. I think we can go ahead and start styling our sidebar, and just generally the whole application, right? So I think the first thing is let's create our styles. So we'll create a styles folder because there's going to be a lot of styles in this project, right? And then inside the styles folder, I'm going to create sidebar styles. So sidebar.css. And then I'm just going to import sidebar styles over here. So link styles, sidebar styles. I think sidebar will also, I mean, normally you would have to have like a main.css. I mean, we could do that. We could have a main.css where we'll have like all the things that we want applied across all, and then sidebar will be very specific to sidebar. And I think we should add our main. Hello. Yo,
Yeah.
Harjot, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I had to mute someone.
Okay. Guys, please just drop any questions you have in the chat so that we can, answer them. Cool. Yeah. So basically created the main.css, right? And then I think in the main.css, we can do things like font and all that sort of stuff. So let me save that. And then guys, remember, we always start off whenever we're styling our stuff, we want to add margin 0 and we want to add padding 0. And we always want to use box sizing, border box, right? And we covered this in a workshop last week. Basically, this will allow us to ensure that whatever heights and widths that are added to certain divs and elements are within that box, right? Because normally by default, if you try to add any heights, the margin gets added, the padding gets added, and that all appends to the height, right? And we don't want that. Like if we set a height of a div, we want the margin and padding to be restricted to that div. So that's why we use box sizing border box, okay? Cool. So that's done. And then I think the next thing to do is to actually, let's put the background color. So main container, we can style the main container direct over here. So main container. And I just want to add a background of this. I mean, let's just try red first. Does it actually work? Okay, I need to start my live server. I haven't done that yet. Cool. Cool. So wait, hang on a sec. I do not see the colors pulling through. Did I import main? Okay. Background red. What's going on? Let me just say body. Okay, well, that worked. That was strange. Did I spell it correct? What's going on here? So we have main container and
You need to give a height and width to it.
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we haven't added any text and stuff inside it yet. Okay, correct. Yeah, cool. So yeah, I think let's just start off by adding the height of 100 view height. Okay, and we can just add the color now. So I'm going to remove these styles. I don't need that right
So
now.
just to explain, view height is basically the height of the screen. And that's why we're using 100 view height. That's basically 100% of the screen.
So Sanya, I just saw your question. Is this going to handle media queries? So we actually have a lot to go through. So I don't think we might be handling media queries, but we'll try our best, right? But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
It depends on.
If we have the time, we'll do the media queries for the nav bar and make it mobile optimized.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. So basically now the next thing to do is to use the background color over here. So we're just going to use that nifty trick that we have. I'm just going to add color. And then I'm going to use the color picker to identify the background color. And then I'm just going to add the background color here. All right. So if I come back and see our home Twitter, you can see that now we have the background color. That's the same as Twitter, right? Cool. Now we can start working on all these different elements over here, right? Our sidebar elements, right? So let's see. So inside the sidebar, we have, let me just close this for a moment. We basically have all these items. So straight off the bat, I can see that we might have to use like flex between if you're going to use flex, because these items have been pushed down here and then these items are up here. So we need to have those two different divs. So let's see. We can maybe have, let's see, sidebar items. And then we can have another one. Okay, I mean, not sidebar items. Should we call it nav sidebar links? Yeah.
Sidebar
These
links,
are all the links. And then this would be like the actual user profile, user.
So you can have like a
sidebar user. Yeah, I guess.
yeah, maybe the sidebar items wrapping that. I think, should we do that?
Yeah, I think we might have to do that because I can see that the specific width, right?
Yeah.
Let's inspect that for a second. Let's see. So yeah, you can see that there's an element like that. There's an element within. I mean, that's how Twitter did it, and they have, you know, there's a specific width of 275 pixels, right? I mean, actually, yeah, I think we should have an outer div. Maybe we can call this sidebar items, yeah?
Yeah.
And then inside of that, we can have the links and then the sidebar user, right? Awesome, great. I'm just gonna collapse this for now. We'll get to that later. And yeah, we can start adding the different sidebar links that we'll be working with. So first we need to have the logo, right? So, I mean, okay,
For
let
the
me just
logo,
say,
I think we can get the SVG. We
yeah.
can, or can we just use an image?
Yeah, no, we can
We
use we've provided the assets, right? We actually cut this, yeah. So we can use this. Yeah. So I think what I'll do is let's put everything inside a span, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, span is a really nice element in HTML. It allows it basically puts everything by default in line. So it's very convenient. So for example, if I do span, and then inside here, I just want to have like, you know, an icon, and the icon will be like home, right? And the text will be home, right? If I do that, it'll appear in one line. Similarly, I'm just going to do a span over here as well. I'm just going to add an image tag, and I'm just going to use the image tag that we have here. So let's see, assets slash that, and that should, the image is going to appear. I mean, let's just see what we get. There's quite a few things that we're yet to do. So I think sidebar has to have a display of flex, and then we can make it column, or actually sidebar, we could do that on sidebar items. So let me just use the split screen over here. So I can see my HTML code and my CSS code in one place. And what I'll do is I'm going to start in our sidebar.css file. I'll start styling the sidebar. So I'm just going to use sidebar items, right? And I'll do a display of flex. And I'm going to make it a flex direction of column, right? Remember, we want it to be in a column. I mean, right now it's probably going to break horribly. Yeah, but we basically want it to appear in one column, the sidebar.
Do you want to add multiple items so that we can see it's going in a column? Multiple spans?
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do that. Okay, the thing is, span is an inline element, so it's putting everything there. So I think what we should do is we should probably add a class name. I mean, let's see, there's many ways we could go about this. The thing is, by default, it's inline, so or it'll start everything in adding everything in one line. Let's see if we can just use flex to fix that. I'm just going to say justify content, not justify content, justify content, yeah, space between, right? Space. Yeah, that's not going to work.
Why don't you change the display of the span to flex? So you can maybe add a class to span and add a display flex to it.
Yeah, it's a great idea. So let's just call this sidebar item, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, and then we can add this.
Items already. Oh, it's item. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then we're going to add this to all our different spans, and then we'll just use the display flex. So as like guys, I'm sure that you guys are probably thinking of different ways of doing this, which is great, because there's many ways you can go about fixing this. Like you could just change the span element to block, and then it'll appear one after the other. But you know, there's many ways to skin a cat, right? So hang on a sec. In sidebar items, I actually added so firstly, let's make this image smaller, right?
So it's called nav
it
sidebar item. You need to give a class. So call it nav, actually sidebar image or something like that.
sidebar image?
Yeah.
Sidebar logo, right? It's the logo. Yeah. So sidebar logo and then the image. We want the image to be a height and width of a certain size. Let's see what we can do here. Inspect that.
That looks like about 20, it says 28 pixels.
Yeah, so that 28 pixels. Let's go with 28 pixels. So let's just use REM, right? Should we use REM?
Yeah. So it's 28
Sure.
divided by 16.
Let's set a default font size. What should it be? 15? 16?
Use 16, yeah.
16, okay. And then I'll set the height to, I'm going to do 28 divided by 16. So 1.75 REM, right? And if I do
Okay.
that, let's see if the size changed. Well, the size didn't change. What's going on here?
Oh, you need to give it an image tag. Oh, you did. Sidebar logo image.
Oh, styles even being applied, dude. Oh, wait, I didn't save the files. There you go. So I just saved all the files and now all the styles are being applied. So you can see that basically the Twitter logo has become smaller, which we wanted. And I think before that, let's just set the width, right, to be 275 pixels, right, Harjot? Should we just hard code it for now?
Yeah, we can hard code it because if you notice, even though you resize the browser window, the width stays the same. So I think it's good we hard code it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so basically, if I resize it like this, yeah, you can see that whatever is in the middle has stayed the same. The size has not changed. Whatever is in the middle is staying the same. Okay, cool. Yeah, it'll be really cool if we can actually cover media queries. This will be fun. But let's try and get there. So yeah, so I think we could use percentage as well. I mean, we could go both ways about this, but I think for now, let's just set it to 275 pixels width. And the reason we're doing that is so that we can actually, so if I inspect my element now, right? Basically, you can see that we have the main container, we have the sidebar. The sidebar is.
Can we
Okay,
give a width to the sidebar?
yeah.
So why don't we do this? Let's check the ratio of the sidebar.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's actually set out the overall structure. Cool. So let's see what we got here. So we can see that sidebar. Should I just use this thing? So
Yeah,
sidebar is about 340 pixels. So just take note, like it's 340 pixels. And then the rest of the content is like 1058 pixels. Yeah.
340 over 1058.
58.
Yeah, that's about 32%. Yeah, it's about 32%.
Okay. So yeah, we can do that. So basically in our sidebar over here, I'm just gonna add the sidebar because basically we want to just make the sizes relative now, right? We want to make the sizes relative because right now a sidebar, we don't want it to take the whole thing. We only want it to take a certain portion of the screen. So what we'll do is I'm just going to add it in our main CSS file. And I'm just going to say the width has to be about 30%. Let's just make it 30%, right? And then the height could be 100%, right? So it fills the whole height of the div. And then inside our HTML, we have the main, right? Main could be, let's see, main has to be the remaining 70%, right? So the width of the main is just going to be 70%, right? and then height could make it 100% for now. And let's see, to confirm if it's going to work, I'm just going to add a border right of 1 pixel solid, and let's use this border color that we can get over here right now. Straight away, let's hope this works in the first attempt. So I'm just going to zoom in there, and that's the color that I want to use. All right, and let's see if this works. So if I come back, you can see that, yeah, our border has appeared and we have separated out our elements. Yeah, don't worry about the other stuff. Let's just, we'll get to that stuff in a bit, right? The rest of the stuff. Let's just focus working on working with the sidebar right now, getting the sidebar to work, right? Cool. So yeah, we basically created, you know, now we have the sidebar that's separate, and then inside the sidebar, we have a width of 275 pixels. So now if I check this out, sidebar is that, right? And then sidebar items is like that. So if you come here in Twitter, right? Let me get out of that. Let me inspect this element. So we have like a banner, and then we have like this inner element, and it's like right aligned, right? So it's right aligned. So similarly, we'll do the same thing, and it's like 275 pixels of width, right? So we'll do the exact same thing. We have sidebar items, and then we just want this to be like margin. Is it margin left auto? So it's gonna
use margin right auto. Can you try it?
Margin left auto. Yeah, there you go. So it just uses it in the margin left, and then it pushed everything there. Cool. And then yeah, and then we can actually add some padding, like 15 pixels. Just spitballing now, and yeah, that works, right? So now for our logo image, we made it. We have this sidebar logo, and we have the image, right? Now let's go back to our index.html, and let's actually start working on how we can you know, make everything appear one after the other, right? So each item has a style called sidebar item. So let's actually style the sidebar item, right? And then we'll give it a display of flex, right? Because you can see that we have two items. We have like the icon, and then we have some text, and then we can just use align items center. So everything will be centered, right? And then let's see what we get. And then now you can see that we're using a display of flex, so everything will take its own row, right? So everything is appearing in its own row. Cool. So now the next thing to do is to, let's see, let's just change the color first, I guess. You know, the color has to be white.
That didn't work.
Yeah. So let's see. There's a little problem like this. I'm expecting this profile details to be pushed all the way down, right?
So you have to use space around. Oh, space between. So if let's go back to the structure of your HTML.
Yeah. So you can see
you have sidebar links and sidebar user. So your sidebar items needs to be display flex, justify content space between. Okay, that needs to be pushed down, eh? Can you give it a height of 100% to the sidebar items? It's not filling the container.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Yeah, it's not filling the container. Absolutely correct. So height has to be 100%. This should work now. Perfect. Cool. So yeah, now we have like a little bit of a structure. Now we can like dive into actually styling each element. So let's do this. So basically, let us where do we begin?
Let's start by styling the buttons. Let's get the buttons up.
Yeah.
Add the logo in it.
Yeah. So yeah, let's add the logo. Yeah, let's do that. So the font size. I mean, let's start with font size.
Let me get you the font size. Let me also open Twitter to fast track the process.
Yeah.
So try using about one. Just hold on. is about 19 pixels, so that's 1.185. Let me check.
Okay, yeah.
Divide by 16, 1.1875
875. Okay.
REM. That's a font size, font weight
Yeah. Cool.
of 700.
Font weight. So guys, if you're wondering where Harjot is getting these values from, he has it open in his computer as well and is just inspecting Bootstrap.
So I'm basically inspecting Twitter on my computer just
Sorry,
to
Twitter, yeah.
get the value quickly. And then
Um,
why is the text like that?
yeah, because I think we should, if we import Bootstrap, right, we'll end up using Bootstrap's default text.
How do we do
I don't
that?
think we'll, yeah, I don't think we'll actually end up using Bootstrap components because I think we want to really customize it to their style. Because even look, like we looked at this code, like the inspect over here, and they're not really using any Bootstrap classes, right? It's all very custom. But I mean, like, let's just import it. So just in case we use Bootstrap, we can add it to the project.
Why don't we just use import like a Google font?
A Google
Or
font.
is it
I think. Let's just see. Does this, if this works out, if the fonts change, I think we can just continue.
cool?
So I just basically imported Bootstrap. Yeah, the fonts changed.
Okay.
So yeah, I just came to Bootstrap. I'll just drop this link for you guys in the chat. You can check it out.
Push it to Facebook. What do you mean by hard code? Hard code. That's
Hard
what.
code. Oh, hey, Rosie. Okay. Yeah, Harjot, you can go ahead and explain. I'm just gonna.
Oh, hard code is basically when you're writing, when you type in the actual value of let's say you're giving a width and you say 100%, it's 100% of a screen size or of a container. But if you put a value like 20 pixels, that's hard coding a width to a container. So that's the difference between hard code and something that is dependent on some other value.
Awesome. So I'm just gonna add the hover on sidebar items. I just want to change the color and see if this is working. Like red when we hover. There you go, it's working. Great. So basically what's happening when we're hovering, right? Let's just observe what these guys have done. And then we can actually add this hover and see how the styles have changed. So sorry guys, I'm just looking at the different styles that we have over here. And I just want to see what's going on exactly when we hover. Right.
So I think when we hovering it, the background color changes, the font color changes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a little animation. I noticed
There's
an
an animation as well. Yeah. So let's start by adding the backgrounds. So on hover background,
Let's do
let
that.
me get that color for you.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna add background here. Background. I could add just background direct. And then, yeah, what color are we dealing with?
I'm getting that for you.
Let me see if I can beat you to it.
I haven't found it.
We're dealing with this. RGB 2132.
I think it's 29, 161, 242.
Okay. So RGB 29, 61,
161.
61, 232.
And then 242. And the last for the opacity 0.008.
Okay, so it's RGBA, right?
Yeah, 0.00. It's a very funny color. Don't know if that's gonna work.
0.08 or 0.008?
008. Let me check.
Okay.
Let me try another way to get that color.
Yeah, it did work. I think it worked. Oh, hang on a
I
second.
think 0.08, eh?
Yeah, yeah, this looks more like it.
Yeah.
This, and then the color changes to like something bluish.
Yeah. So the blue color is 2916. It's the same one. It's just darker. So you put the opacity as 1.
Great. Okay. So if we hover over it, now you can see that the color is changing. It's looking good, like it's changing nicely.
Nice.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, home. I mean, let me just make it home, explore notifications. Explore notifications, right? Because the thing is, if you look here, it's not actually covering the entire div, right? It's just covering the length of this specific div, right? So I think we do need to do a display flex, right? And for a sidebar item display flex, and then justify content flex start, right?
why would you put flex start?
Oh, hang on. I think we have to do that on the hover. So that basically, like, I don't want it to span the entire element. I only want it to span like the length of the text. So let's see. We can. I mean, we could do the since the unless
Over.
we set a
Why
width.
don't we give it like let's create the borders. So border bottom left radius, bottom right
Oh,
radius.
yeah. Basically to get this circular effect.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that first. No problem.
And then we'll sort out the width of it.
So basically border is it border bottom left radius?
Yes.
And it has to be like close to infinity, right?
Yeah. Because we're trying to get circular feel on the top corner. So it's
border is it border top
left
radius?
Yeah.
Close to infinity, so that we can get a nice little curve. And then border right. Wait, border. Oh, this is okay. Let me just replicate this and change it from left to right now.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's see now. If I hover over it, there you can see that we got a nice little curve now.
Sweet.
Right.
Yeah, I think on the button itself, try changing it to you've already changed it to display flex, eh? Align item center.
Yeah.
It's still not.
What happens if I remove flex? It's probably going to work, huh? But then it's going to appear all in one line. Let's make each sidebar item instead of flex. Let's see what happens if we remove flex. All appears on one line, but we can make it an inline block, or not an inline block. We just make it a block, right? Okay, no, it still covers the entire element.
Yeah. See, I'll change it back to display flex. I've just inspect that. I feel like there's a width given to that. There's something happening with the width.
Let's see. So I'm gonna go inside my sidebar item, sidebar link, sidebar links. I mean, we did give it a width, right? We gave the sidebar items a width of 245 to 75 pixels.
Yeah, I think we need to remove that, eh?
Wait, do we have a width of 100% somewhere?
The width of 275 pixels. It's filling the container, which
Yeah.
it should not do. So what you can do is to fix that, wrap sidebar links inside another div. Call it Maybe the sidebar links, call it something.
Why can't we just use sidebar links? We can style sidebar links.
Okay.
We can add like a,
Yeah, try removing the 275 pixels with 275. That's what it's covering, the entire width of it.
okay, just pushes everything left.
Pushes everything left. Yeah, so you will need that 275 pixels. The hover button.
Unless we add the flex, let's see. Maybe we do have to slide the sidebar links. Right, I'm just gonna give this a display. Oh, wait, I don't, oh, wait. Yeah, I think we need to do this. We need to make it a display of column, or flex, right? A flex. I'm just thinking we'll make it a flex direction of column, right? And then we're going to basically, wait, I don't know if this might work, but let's just see. Flex direction column.
Flex direction column and align items flex start.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. So flex direction column and then align items. So now the axis has changed, right? If it's columns, align items is going to be horizontal. So flex start.
Let's see.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Great. Awesome. Awesome.
Now,
awesome.
some padding. Let's make it look good.
Yeah, let's add some padding. Padding like 10 pixels, you know, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe padding left should be a bit more.
Yeah, let me get you the padding as well.
Padding left, padding top, padding bottom. Maybe 15 pixels, I guess.
Yeah, the padding left is a bit less. It is 10 all around, eh?
It's 10 all around, right?
Yeah, it's 10 all around. I think the icon will make a difference.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm
keep
just
it
gonna.
10 all around.
Are you sure? Because like.
Yeah, you can keep it 10 all around.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove that. I'm gonna keep it 10 all around, and yeah, I guess now when we hover over it, we can see that it looks kind of similar, right? Oh, we should also add the hover thing to this because look at that. Yeah, cool. So let us add. Should we just make it? What happens if we make it a sidebar item?
No, because we've the width of 275, I think. Yeah, that one worked.
Oh, no. It's not working because of this. There you go. It works, yeah.
What was the reason?
It wasn't working because we previously called it sidebar logo, and in our styles, when we're styling the image, we called it sidebar logo. Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome, man.
Looking
I mean,
good,
like, what we could do is we could just add border radius, so that's a proper circle. And yo, it got a bit cropped. Strange. Should we just make the image width fixed as well of 1.75 rem? This should work. Whoa, like the image got cropped, dude.
Yeah, so I don't think you should add border radius to the image itself, because now you're creating a border on the image. Rather do it on the div of it. So because the div has some sort of padding, that's why you have to create a new class for it.
Okay, got it. So basically, let's have like a sidebar logo, right?
Yeah.
I think we can remove sidebar item. We can just put that aside for now.
Make sure you remove the width from the sidebar logo image.
Yeah. The border radius should be on it though, right? So it's circular. Yeah, okay, it's gonna do that. And then sidebar logo. Gonna make it a height of 1.75 rem and then a width of 1.75 rem. Okay. Whoa.
No, you have to put that on the image. You have to give the image a height.
Image height. Oh, what are we doing on the main thing then? Oh, the hover
No,
functionality.
it's gonna be for the hover effect.
Right. Actually, that should have worked, dude. Hang on a sec. The thing is, I didn't save the file. Oh, maybe it'll not work.
They work?
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Basically, I was adding a height to the div. I have to actually add the height to the image. Alternatively, if I add the height to the div, I have to just make the child element fit the parent, right?
100%, yeah.
Cool. So,
You can
yeah,
give
so
it a background color. You can just copy paste the hover effect here.
okay. Wait, what difference are we going to do over here? Let's see. So
You need to add some padding, eh?
in the logo or in the image?
Yeah, in the image. No, in the div, not on the image. Will it make a difference?
Maybe. Let's try.
Before, no, hold on. You need to add the pseudo selector hover
Yeah.
effect, the hover, yeah, and remove the padding from there. The padding will actually go in.
You think it should go in the child, like in the sidebar?
Yeah, it would go in an element just in the sidebar logo CSS, not in the image. Yeah.
So adding padding to the div so that it fits to it, right?
Correct. This should give us a clean effect.
It fits. Why is it like getting cropped off? This is really strange.
You might need, oh, that's the tweeter actually.
Is
Just
something with
thinking.
the image?
Border radius. Remove the border radius from image and put it on sidebar logo.
But then,
That should fix it.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, interesting. Okay, so basically what was happening, the border radius was initially inside the image tag, right? And that was cropping out our image. But what we did is we added some padding to the div, right? That will take in the image, right? And then we added the border radius to that div so that it doesn't crop that image anymore. And it looks like it worked like a charm. Awesome. Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now,
Next, we can increase the icons.
Yeah. So the icons, for the icons, yeah. Wait, do you want to add the transition, the transition property thing?
Yeah, we can do that.
So basically, transition property, guys, we covered this last week. I'm going to say I want to apply the transition property only on background, right? On the background property. Why is it red color? Okay. And then I want to make a transition duration of 0.2 seconds. Or let's see, 1 second, let's see. So you can see that when I hover over it, like, you know, the background appears after 1 second, right? I mean, I think we can just make it a bit smaller. Like generally 0.2 is good practice. So it's like there. It's very, very, yeah, it's not too evident, but then the effect is there, right? And let's make it like 0.3 seconds maybe. How does Twitter do it? Yeah, I guess 3 seconds is good. Yeah, awesome, cool. So we've added the transition property now. Now the next thing we can do is we can add this icon, the home icon, right? We can start adding the icons. So for the icons, we tried finding a library that has icons like this. Didn't really work out. So we're just going to directly use what we have over here. So we're just going to take the SVG directly from what Bootstrap has, and we're just going to use that directly. So instead of I over here, I'm going to have the SVG, right? So if I add this, let's see what happens. So I have the home, and then I've added the SVG, the home SVG, that's a home icon. And it's refreshing. And then you can see that we got it, right? But it's clearly not what we want right now, right? So what we need to do is, firstly, we need to, in sidebar item, I think we should stick to using flex, firstly. So it appears side by side. And that made our thing disappear for some reason. Okay, firstly, let me just remove all the styles that we have over here that these people were using, Twitter. And I guess we can create our own style, right? I'm gonna call it like sidebar icon, okay? And inside sidebar icon, we're gonna style the sidebar icon to have a certain size.
Give it a height maybe.
Yeah, let's give it a height of same thing, same thing, same height, same.
1.875, yeah. 1.1875.
1.1875. So the same height as the text, basically. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna remove the display flex, keep it as block for now, or inline block. Well, that didn't put it in one line. That's because my home is not in an element. I should put it in an element. So if I put the text inside an element now, if I put display flex, that should work. And there you go. So it's right there. It looks a bit too small for some reason. Rajat, do you think I put the wrong?
Yeah, maybe try increasing the size.
Should I just do like 1.3 REM? Random. I'm just putting random digits now.
Maybe 1.75, 1.8, 1 point around that.
Yeah, I think 1.8 is. Whoa, why did the home text reduce so much? Because
we'll style it.
Yeah, we'll style it. Okay. So I'm just gonna say sidebar title. Sidebar title. Sidebar title. And then I'm just gonna add it right here. Next to icon. Sidebar title. I'm gonna add it font size and font weight. I'm just gonna remove it from here. Sidebar item, put it in sidebar title. And then there you go. Whoa, the font. What happened? I didn't save my HTML file, guys. Rookie mistake. There you go. Cool. So yeah, I think the font size is looking good. Now we just need to add some gap maybe. So I think, should I just add some margin left? Like 10 pixels. So that's a little bit of a gap there. Awesome. Then now we need to work with the colors, right? So sidebar icon, I mean, since we're dealing with SVGs, color might not work, right?
You have to use fill for SVGs.
Yeah, color won't work. So for SVGs, guys, this is something new for you guys. You probably haven't seen this before. You need to use fill when you want to style SVGs, right? But when you hover over it, now you can see that the color is not really changing because it has only taken it as a fill of white. And then now if we actually unhover, if we try to add a fill, right, the color is there, and then we add the fill as well. Let's see what happens. It actually still doesn't work, right? So what we'll do now is, firstly, let us create our root variables. So I'm just going to create our root variables inside our main.css. So how is it again, Harjot? Did you have to do like root?
Yeah, you have to create a root, colon root, and then the
So-
variable name.
So color of button, and we're going to make this a dynamic variable, right? So initially the color of the button is white, right? But on hover, we want to change that color. So what we'll do is we're going to say color of the button dynamic, right? We want to change that color to a new variable, right? So I'm just going to add the blue color because it looks like Twitter uses the specific blue color a whole lot. I see it in a lot of places. So I'm just going to create a variable, just following the dry principles. Do not repeat yourself. So color blue. I'm just going to put this guy there. Right. And now I will dynamically assign a new value when we're hovering over the element. I want the color of the button to dynamically change to color blue, right? So now if I hover over it, and then color here should actually be color dynamic, right, Arjun?
Yeah.
Color button dynamic, yeah. And I'm going to save our main.scs.
Now you have to, it will still not work, eh?
What am I
to change the color dynamic for the fill.
Yeah, correct. So in the fill, we need to just change this to var dynamic color. So the color btn dynamic, and then I'm going to hover over it, and bam, that looks beautiful. Awesome, epic. Awesome. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just replicate.
Actually change variables in CSS.
That was like mind blowing. Yeah, that was epic, right? So now what I'll do is I'm just going to replicate all these sidebar items. I'm going to delete what we have right now. And I'm just going to add these. And then we have explore. And we have notifications. And yeah. So it's loading. Whoa, why did notifications come in such a weird place? Should I like put it outside? Did it like mess with the div structure? Yep, I messed with the div structure. Yep, I'm missing something. I've messed around with. Okay, yeah, the div is right there. The closing div. So guys, a nifty trick, when you do Alt Shift F, Visual Studio Code will reorganize your code for you. There you go. So now everything is here. And great, it's pulled through. I think let's just add a few other icons. I don't think, like what we'll do is, so let us just add the button. I mean, we can add this stuff later. Like we need to get it through a lot of stuff, right? So I'm just going to add the other, like just these two icons now, for now. And then at the bottom over here, we'll just add this, we'll add this button. And after that, we'll jump on to the next part. And then, maybe towards the end, once we've reached the end, we'll come back and then we'll add all the other elements, right? Cool. So for Explore, let's see what Twitter is using. So I'm just going to take this G. I'm not going to take what's inside the SVG. I'm going to copy that element. And then for our Explore, I am going to just change this SVG. We're just going to replace the G part, right? I'm going to remove that, paste the new stuff, hit save. Let's see what happens. And there you go. Cool, cool, cool. So this is pulling through nicely. And then notifications, let's also just do notifications, one shot. Great. So we have notifications. Going to copy that element, and then I'm going to just add it similar to what we just did with Explore. We're just getting the SVGs directly from Twitter's website, and we're using the SVGs that they've provided. It's ironic because, like, we assume that the fact that Twitter built Bootstrap, we assume that they're probably using Bootstrap, but they have like some other stuff that they're doing. Cool. So yeah, so this is working out. There seems to be like some spacing between the elements. I'm just gonna add like some margin, right? Margin bottom. So I just want to collapse the sidebar links for now. And then I'm just going to add some, to each item, I'm just going to add a margin bottom. Bottom, like let's say 10 pixels. Yeah, I think that's much better. 10 pixels might be a bit much. maybe like 7, 8 pixels. Okay, I think this is much better. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Right. So now let's actually work on styling this tweet button. So let's add the tweet button, and yeah, let's go ahead and add the tweet button. So inside I'm just going to add that inside the sidebar links as well. I'm just going to create a new span, right? And I'm going to call this let's see, sidebar button, right?
Yeah.
Sidebar button, awesome. And then inside the sidebar button, so guys, as you can see, we're not using we're like customizing, we're creating our own elements using spans because it's just a whole lot easier to style spans. So sidebar button, and we're going to have like, firstly, the background color has to be the blue color, right, Arjot? I'm guessing it's the blue color.
Yeah, I'm seeing Twitter, they've used some different color. Maybe I can send you the color code. It's
Yeah.
a bit different. It's not exactly the same.
And let me just add, is it called tweet now or something?
Yeah, it is a
Oh, the
bit
button just says tweet. Okay. Is it a different color? It does look a bit
Yeah.
brighter, right?
Yeah, it does look a bit brighter. So I can give
There's
you
a
the
hover effect. Like when you hover over it, there's like a small effect.
Yeah, exactly. So we can let me give you the RGBA color. So it's 26, 145.
So RGBA 26, 145,
218,
218.
and opacity is 1 because you're using RGBA, right?
Yeah, okay.
Check that out.
Then let's see what this looks like. So yeah, I mean, let me just change the color to white. Dude, what font size are we dealing with here? It looks a bit smaller.
Yeah, it's about 15 pixels. And you using the font width of about 700. So let me get with it.
I'm just gonna make it 1 rem, and then I'm going to make the font weight 700, right?
Yeah.
And let's see what we got. Okay, cool. Let's add some padding to it. Padding 10 pixels all around. Okay. Let's make it curved as well. So I'm just going to reuse our code that we wrote up there to make it curved. There we go, it's curved now. And then I wanted to actually fill the parent, right? So should we just do width of, we could hard code the width.
Yeah, I actually see that the padding left and right is 30 pixels. So maybe you can fix that.
Okay, cool.
You can use the padding part.
Oh, I see. So we could just directly do it over here. So padding top 10 pixels, right?
Left, right, 30 pixels.
Oh, okay. So left, right is 30 pixels. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
And then you can give it like a min height. Let me see, because it has a fixed height and width. I've tried resizing the page and it stays the same. So we can give it a fixed height and width.
Yeah, I think it just, when it's mobile optimized, it just becomes an icon. Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Yeah, it just becomes an icon, exactly.
Yeah.
So I see the height is actually 49 pixels.
Height of 49 pixels. Okay, and then width.
Width is about 78.9 pixels. 79 pixels.
79 pixels. Awesome.
That's
awesome. Cool. So let's see what we got over here. Oh, weird. Width.
That's weird.
Are you sure it's 79 pixels?
Say 79. It's actually min width. Sorry about that.
Oh, but then, but will it actually fill the parent? So
the parent is actually 230 pixels, so we can use that here. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
230 pixels. Oh, should we just say width 100%? No, parent was 275 pixels, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give a width of 230 pixels. Okay, that looks more like it. And then I'm just going to center everything that we have here. Text align, using the text align center property, right? And there we go. It has been centered. And that's what, actually just need to,
Hover effect now, eh?
yeah. It actually doesn't appear totally like vertically in the middle.
You have to use justify content center. So change
Yeah,
it to display.
let's just make it a display of flex, justify, content center, align, items center. There we go. That looks more like it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So the tweet button has pulled through. Now we just need to add a hover effect, right?
Yep.
So when we hover over the sidebar button, that's about sidebar button, hover, right? When we hover over it, we want to basically first, the cursor has to be pointer. And then the color changes, right, Arjut? Background.
So the color changes to that color, the variable.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that we can add some nice transition effect here as well. So we're going to use the color blue. Is it blue? It's in a different file right now. That's why it's not picking it up. Color dash blue. Awesome. Right. And then I'm just going to add transition property on background only, because the font stays white. And then we're just going to add a transition duration of, let's say, 0.2 seconds, 0.3 seconds, right? 0.2 seconds. And then, yeah, that's it. So when we hover, you should basically see a nice little effect. There we go. Awesome, 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 awesome. Great.
It's coming up.
Yo, I think it's opposite, eh, Arjut? I think this background should be here, right? And this should be here. There you go. Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Cool. So yeah, guys, this is actually pulling through quite nicely. Yeah, awesome. Great. So the next thing to do is to style this thing, the user part of it down there, right? But 1 second, something is wrong with our style. I think it's appearing somewhere down here, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or we removed text from it. It's still there. So where is it? Oh, it's here. Okay, awesome. My bad. Cool. So on sidebar user, let's start styling sidebar user. So sidebar user, we're going to add the color to be white, and then it's all appearing there now. And then we'll use this, right? Let's just start styling the elements inside it first. So how I see it, again, like, a space between there. So I think I'll put these two items in a div, right? Or like, I'll group these two items together, and then I'll keep that separate, and then we'll do a space between. And then inside this div, we could have like one div here and then one div here. So we could have two divs inside this div. So yeah. So guys, like, as you can see, like, I know a lot of you have always had like concerns about how you can come up with the div structure. It's what you see, it's what, you feel is right. And then of course you can change the structure as you're working on it, right? So how I see it now is, actually, Arjut, it doesn't have to be a span here. We could just use
We can use a div for it.
Yeah, we could just use the div for it, right? So what I'll do is I'm just going to have, so we need to have two divs, right? So first is the user details and then the arrow, right? User details. So I'm just going to add sidebar everywhere. Sidebar user details. Okay, I don't know what happened. There you go. And then I'm going to have sidebar user action, right? Where we'll put the arrow, okay? So
Cool.
here in user details, we will have 2 divs, right? So one is for the sidebar profile pic. I think profile pic can be the same for everything here. You can have this like as a general thing.
Okay.
Right? So profile pic. Okay, let's just keep it focused right now. Sidebar profile pic. If we can generalize it, we'll generalize it later. And then inside, apart from that, we'll have like, the name, right?
Do we have to give a div to it? Or can't we just like put a class to the image?
But I was thinking like, we could have it like as a flex column, because it's like one on top, one at the bottom,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but like, guys, there's so many ways to do this. It's like whatever you feel is convenient. And then I'm just gonna add a span, right? For the name, and then span for user ID, right? And then for name, we could have like Zio, and then the user ID could be like @Zionites. And awesome. Then let's see. Yeah, so let's grab that image. Can add that image right now. There you go. We could just use Twitter's awesome servers for that. I'm just going to add the image here. Put that link. Awesome. Now inside sidebar user details, right? Actually sidebar user. So if we start styling sidebar user has to be a display of flex, and then there has to be a justify content space between, right? This is not going to work right now because we've not put anything inside this element here.
And the reason we put space between is so that the arrow can go right to the end and the rest stays to the beginning.
Yeah. So what I'll do is let's see how we can do this. We can, I think we can use one of our SVGs here temporarily. And then I'll just remove this G. I'll get the new G. Awesome. Copy element, add it there. And let's see. So now I've added a display flex to our sidebar user and justify content space between. So this is it's still gonna look a bit funny, but hang on a sec. Display flex, justify content space between. We have sidebar user details, and then we have
sidebar user.
Anyways,
give a width to it?
Yeah, we need to flex style the elements inside it, I think. Huh?
Okay.
That is really weird. Okay, so inside, let's just try styling the elements. I think it might actually pull through. Maybe it's just wrapping over to the next line. Sidebar user details. And then inside sidebar user details, I just want to style the. Yeah, Harjot, you're right. We don't need the sidebar profile pic. We just use image directly.
You can use image directly, yeah. Because you can add a border radius to the image directly, and yeah, it's quite unnecessary.
Yeah, it's just overkill with the divs. So inside sidebar user details, I just want to style the image. And inside image, I just want a border radius. So this is like the profile pic, right, of 50%, right, so that it's a nice circle. And then, yeah, I think sidebar.
The entire sidebar user, because that's why it's wrapping down.
Yeah. So we should give it a fixed width.
Yeah,
what if
I see the width is about 230. I think that's wrong because the bottom part
it's filling the entire component, the entire
component. Eh?
It should be the same as the tweet button, dude. I think.
Is it? No, it's a bit bigger.
Oh, I think it fills the entire component, dude.
Yeah, it fills the entire component. It's 100%.
Cool. Cool. Awesome. Now, inside of our sidebar name, right, we're just going to add a few more styles. Sidebar name. I'm just going to have a display flex. So as you guys can see, like, we love using flex. It's really convenient. Flex direction, column, and let's see what we have. Awesome. Then we can add like a nice margin left, like let's say 10 pixels, right? And that's pulling through nicely. And then inside of our here, I just want to add inside of sidebar user, I just want to align items, center. There you go. So this arrow appears down a little bit. And lastly, actually we need to add hover, and we can make this SVG a bit smaller, right? So sidebar icon, and then should I just say sidebar drop down, right? And I just want to give a size, dude. That's it.
Okay.
So like a different height, a smaller height, you know.
Okay.
Yo, did it get smaller? Didn't, huh?
It might, yeah, you might need to use a view box. So view box basically sizes the SVG.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
So it's basically the first two zeros are basically setting the position of it, and then it's width and height of SVG.
And this was unnecessary. I did not need
that's
that. So basically, Harjot, you were saying something about viewbox?
Yeah, so in viewbox, the first two, the zeros are basically the position of the SVG, and the last two are basically the height and width.
Right. Okay. Lit. So that's cool. With SVGs, you can just use the viewbox property to set the height and width. And whoa, hang on a sec.
Yeah, you have to put a height on it, eh? Because
Okay.
relative to something. Yeah.
Okay, so is it a relative sizing, this 2020? So like a relative sizing.
Right? Just check if it works.
Hang on a sec, like the size just decreased. Maybe one REM is not doing the job. What's up? What is up? Like, what happened to the size? Didn't the size get smaller just now?
Yeah, it did. Change viewbox to 30.
You want to make it bigger?
Yeah, let's do that.
Got bigger. Oh, got smaller.
That's interesting. Anyways, that's the size we're looking for.
Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then I think we can add like specific styles to this. Let's see. We can get the I just want to get the font size, the font weight, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like 400 font weight. So I'm just gonna say dot sidebar name is going to be a font weight. Harjot, did you find like the size in the meantime? Font weight is like 400. It's just a 400 value. And then let's just see what we get. Whoa, that didn't work. Sidebar name.
It's actually 15 pixels, eh?
So it's a bit smaller, eh?
Yeah.
So
yeah, hardcore is 15. That's 0.9125, I think.
Okay, so font size is 0.9 15 over 16, 9375. 9375 REM. The font, the styles don't seem to be applying for some reason. Sidebar name.
You have to.
How do I just remove that?
They work. Font weight is 700, eh?
700, okay. And
Make
the
it like
font
one
size,
area.
color, I'm gonna add white over here instead. Okay, yeah, no, it applied now. Okay, that was really weird. I think the font weight was just not sufficient, maybe. I wasn't able to see it.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. If I just do dot sidebar dash name, yeah, okay, it was applied. Great. And then I just want to do the same thing with user ID, right? So user ID. And for user ID, we want to have, it's a different color, huh? User ID.
That's a color.
I mean, we could just use that inspector thing, dude.
Yeah, I'm sending you the color on chat.
Okay.
That.
Awesome. Great. Got it.
15 pixels, 400 font weight.
Okay, so we have a question. Can you go over that sidebar links styling again? What you were doing with the hover? Oh, yeah, definitely on Tfetse we can cover that in just a moment. Let us just wrap up this styling over here for now, and then we can just do a small recap of whatever we just did up here. All right, cool. So yeah, Harjot, I just copied the color, and the color for user ID is just slightly different. Font weight is nothing, huh? Default.
Yep.
There you go. Okay, cool. So now I just need to add the hover functionality now for the div sidebar user. So for just gonna add it down here, sidebar dash user dot hover. We want to do some similar stuff, right? So we want to get all this border stuff, and then I think it's the same effect, right?
Yeah.
It's actually quite similar, dude.
It's very similar.
Wow, we wrote a lot of code already. This is time flies, eh?
Twitter actually has a lot of custom styling, eh? Compared to our previous clone, Netflix, and what was the other one, YouTube.
Yeah.
This is a bit more intense in terms of styling.
Yeah, I think this is great practice. So the color should just be that blue color, right? Upon hover.
And don't you have to add the rounded?
Oh yeah, the rounded stuff. And we just need to add some padding maybe.
Yeah, about 10 pixels. 10 pixels should do.
Yeah. Whoa, why is it so? Oh, I did it on hover. My bad. Oh, we actually don't have to add this stuff on hover. We can add it directly to the button. So directly to the sidebar user. I think it makes sense to add the hover selector right under the class. There we go. That looks more like. This looks legit. Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
Do you want to
great.
close your selector?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is pulling through, guys. It's pulling through. Cool. So we can go through a small summary, like real fast, before we jump on to the next part. So I think, we'll. I mean, like it does look kind of incomplete, right? But we'll go through all the other stuff, and then we can come back to cleaning it up, because we want to cover the concepts mainly, right? So basically, what we basically did so far is we created an outline of the entire application. We created a main container. Inside the main container, we created a sidebar, and then we had to create sidebar items. so that we can have like, a specific width and then align everything to the right, because that's what Twitter does. They align everything to the right. So I'm not sure why it looks like this right now. It doesn't look right aligned as much. I wonder why.
I think it's because of the width. The width might be a bit too much. So 30% might be a bit too much.
Yeah, let's reduce the width to 28%. What did you say?
Yeah, 27 maybe.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just open up the main.
28 does the job.
Huh?
28 actually does the job.
28, 70, 80, 27, 28, 72, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this looks better, I guess. Cool. I mean, we can always revisit it at the end. We can clean it up at the end. But yeah, basically we created, firstly, we had to create a div to separate out these two elements. And then inside that, we created the sidebar links, right? And then in sidebar links, that's specifically what the question was asked around, sidebar links. So let's just recover that. So basically for all the sidebar elements, for sidebar items, we apply the space between so we can separate that out. And then we had the sidebar links, right? And within the sidebar links, right, we basically added, we made it a column so that everything is applied as a column, right? And remember, guys, when you're using flex, right, when you make the flex direction column, the axes switch, right? So justify content is now going to apply vertically, and then align items is going to apply horizontally. So to ensure that, when we hover over the elements, it just appears, it doesn't like, cover the entire parent of the div, it just covers that, that element. We used, the align items flex start, right? And that helped us, anytime we hovered over the sidebar item, we just made sure that it was only hovering over that item and not the entire parent, right? But then if you looked at our YouTube clones, we didn't have to worry about that. They cover the entire div, right? So that's something new. And then inside the sidebar item, we had to use, we needed to make the buttons curved. So we used the border, the bottom left, top left, border, bottom right, top right. And anytime we use a high value like this, it means that we want it to be curved to the most, right? So that it's like a proper curve on the edges. And you can see that we didn't use border top and border bottom for the curving, right? We use top right, top left, top bottom right, bottom left, right? And then we just did it to the max so that it looks like, one smooth curve, right? I mean, this is how, Twitter did it, right? And then we added a little animation so that when we hover over it, it appears in a more like, smooth manner. I'm sure like over Zoom, it's probably not as clear, but then I'm sure once we, deploy the link, you guys will be able to test that out. And then specifically over the sidebar items, whenever we hover over it, we're just using a span, and then we just changed the background color. And then we just did this, we created this dynamic effect. I think this is what Ontifetse is specifically asking, right? What exactly is happening over here? Basically, when we were hovering over the elements, right? Because we're dealing with SVGs, right? It takes in the fill property, right? And on hover, it was not recognizing the fill, right? So if we added the fill on hover, right, it was not recognizing the updated color, right? So in order to recognize the updated color, we had to use a variable. So what we did is we created now mains.css file. We created a dynamic variable. We initially set it to white, right? So when we're not hovering over the element, you can see that it's white, right? And the moment we hover over the element, right, we wanted to change the color to blue, right? So the color had to change to blue. So basically we came over here, and when we hovered over the element, we changed the color dynamically, right? So where is this code? Here it is. So we just updated our variable. So the color BTN dynamic variable updated to blue, right? And then we just use that variable over here on hover. And then when it's again not on hover, it goes back to white, right? And it goes back to the fill element, right? The fill element is white, okay? So that's basically what's happening when we're hovering over these elements, right? I think that was the thing that might have tripped a few of you off. I hope that makes sense, right? I'm sure it'll make more sense with a little more trial and error. Like the code is up, you guys have access to the repo. just going to push this code up now, and then we can move on to the next part where we'll actually start working on the home, right? Build a post, and then we'll jump into this sidebar over here. All right, cool.
Okay, let's do this,
Gurjot, anything else? Should I push the code?
Yeah, you can push the code now, and I'll be taking over from now. Let me make the final content.
Yeah, let's do this, guys. This is
We're gonna
awesome.
take like a 2-minute break for everyone. Just 2 minutes because we're running out of time, eh?
Yeah. So we completed sidebar over here, right? I mean, it's not entirely complete, but we completed it for the most part.
Yeah, Akhil, while I code up the main content, why don't you just add the sidebar, like just complete it off, like add the icon.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So guys, we'll do like a proper Git collaboration now. While Harjot is working on the on the home and the main container over here, I'll actually just I'll add the new elements, right? And then at the end we'll merge our code, and then let's hope there's no merge conflicts. And yeah, Harjot, the code is up. Let us see.
Awesome, man. Let me share my screen now.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing.
All right. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull Akhil's code. I'm just gonna enter the directory and use git pull from.
Oh, you need to CD.
Oh yeah, CD. Git pull from master, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I should be having all of Akhil's code right now. Looks like I've got everything. Sweet. It's gonna close. I'm gonna run this first. I'm just gonna open it with live server. It's opening up. Okay, it's looking exactly like Twitter. The sidebar looks good. It's time to build. Well, if you notice, we have the nav bar here. So the home nav bar. Then we have like the search box over here, and then we have these tweets that appear. So for this clone, what will actually clone is basically a simple tweet. So I'm gonna find maybe something like this. Let me refresh the Twitter page. Let me find some new tweets.
Yeah, I mean, just try to keep it simple, Harjot, because there's a lot of variety over here, but and we have very limited time.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll basically clone this without the image. The image can easily be added. So I'm just going to have like the username and the text in it, the profile picture, the drop down over there, and these icons on the bottom. I think that would be sufficient. And then we'll jump into creating the trends for you card and who to follow card, which is quite similar. So let's get started, guys. Akhil, are you sure you don't want to give like a minute break for everyone?
Okay, yeah, sure, guys. Let's take a minute break. Let's play a song. I know,
guys. Suggestions for a song?
Any requests, guys? Let's go. Come on, Leander. Do you like Nasty C, dude? There we go. Tando has suggested a song. What a legend.
Jerusalem, ikhaya lami, londoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikhaya lami, londoloze, uhambe nami,
Come on, guys, let's get started now. Hope you've got some water, coffee with you, because we're gonna get started now. So I'll start off by creating the nav bar. And as you can see, it's fixed. So I'll just create this first nav bar first. So let's go to the code. I'm gonna close all this, close the sidebar. The sidebar is done and dusted. Let's jump into the header. Cool. So in the header, I see there's a home text, and then there's that icon, which is quite similar to the Twitter icon, if you notice. So what I'll do is I'll add that home text and copy this Twitter icon here, and then change the icon. So let's do that. So I'm going to use an h1 tag to it. Let's call it home, and then I'll copy the Twitter icon that Akhil created. I think he created it in, where is this? It's the image. So you create an image, eh?
Yeah, for the Twitter icon. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So that
actually
one really helped. Yeah. So that one really helped, eh? Okay. So I'll just have to create a new one from scratch. Cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
So I'll create a div and call it. What do you call this? Insights.
I guess so. Yeah. Call it insights.
Insights, and this is inside the header. Let me open the styles for this. So I'm going to create a new style sheet for this. So I'll call it main content. Yeah, main content sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll create a new file called main content.css. Import to make sure that I've imported this on top. Just going to copy this, copy paste. Call it main content. And then, so I'm going to style the header. So I'm just going to open this on the side, collapse, split to the right. And for the header, I'm just going to create a display flex so that it's in line, and a justify content space between so that they align, one aligns on the left, one aligns on the right. So display flex, and then justify content space between.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have right now. Oh, I can't. Did I save my HTML? I did. Where is it all gone? Oh, it's going down here, eh?
Oh, okay. So there's some issue with the with the layout that we've put initially.
Yeah. So I see you've got the sidebar, and then you have the main.
Yeah.
Let's check the main.css style sheet. So the sidebar has a width of 28%. That's fine, and the main has a width of 6%.
Oh, wait. I think height should fill the main container, right?
Yeah, that is fine. The main container is 100%. Why is it going down then? Let's inspect and check.
Inspect, yeah. Let's see what's going on.
So that's the side. Oh, the sidebar has some margin. Why is it going down? Did you? Let's make this a flex as well. Display.
Yeah, I think that's the best option. Has to be raw. Yeah.
And
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, there you go.
Okay, awesome. Great.
Here's the home thing. Okay. Now I'll go back to my CSS for the header. I'll just change the color to white so I can see the home there. And then let's see what the width is of this header here, this nav bar. I'm just gonna quickly check the width. It's about
Looks
600.
Like yeah.
It's about 600 pixels. So
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll I'll fix a width here, a fixed width of 600 pixels. And why are we choosing 600 pixels fixed width is because when you resize the browser, it still stays the same width. So we'll have to fix that. The only way that is possible is to fix the width. So the width is now 600 pixels, and let's see what's in our main navbar header insights. Let's get this SVG now. I'm so sure it's an SVG.
Must be.
People love this.
It's all so custom. It's all so
Yeah.
custom. It's cool. Yeah.
So I'm going to copy this element, paste it here, and remove all these unnecessary classes from here. It's not needed. Why is that happening? Okay. Cool. Let's see what we've got here. Still not appearing. Nothing's appearing. Eh? Do I have to give a class here?
Yeah. Give it a class name so that you can give it a height and stuff.
Yeah. So insights icon, and let's give it a height and width. Don't you think that the height and width should be given to the div around it?
I think
let's try. Let me give it to insights icon first. Let me fill it to white. It's actually not white, it's actually blue, eh?
Yeah,
So,
try use the blue color that's there.
Variable, okay. So fill, and the variable, what's the variable name? Should give it to me.
Dash color dash blue.
Color dash blue, that, right?
Yeah. So let's see.
Still not appearing, it should appear. Let's see where exactly it's sitting at.
Inspect, yeah, just inspect what is going on.
So in the main navbar, search navbar header, it's there, but does it have a height? So height of 1 rem.
Okay.
There you go. There it is.
Okay, yeah, awesome.
Maybe 1 rem is a bit
give it like
small.
3 rem.
3?
Yeah, just give it like 3 rem.
That's so big.
Okay, that's too big, huh?
1.75. Let's see if that will help. Yeah, that looks.
I think this is decent.
Still a bit bigger, 1.7 maybe. Yeah, that's fine. And then to the header itself, since it's display, I'm just going to align item center.
Yeah.
So that it's center aligned vertically. Now that's perfect. I'm gonna change the font of the home tag, H1 tag. So I'll just do header H1. Akhil, do you know what the font size is for this? Looks like
check.
quite similar, eh?
Yeah, it's the same thing, dude. 1.1875. And same font weight.
Font size 1.1875 rpm, and the font weight is 700.
Yeah, but make sure to just put cursor pointer, no? Because it's like when you hover over it in Twitter. Yeah.
So cursor pointer will bring that link effect on it. Yep, that works. That's looking good. Now let's create the hover effect on the insights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the hover effect, let's see what it does. So it's on the entire div. So the entire div is actually called insights. So I'll do dot insights hover. And for the hover, the background color changes. So background, do you have this background in a variable?
I don't think we stored it in a variable. We should probably put in a variable though, because we've repeated it quite a bit, huh?
Yeah. Let me get this color quickly.
In SCSS, there's like a function you can use. I think it's called opacity or something, and you can actually dynamically change the Yeah.
That's so cool. So where is the color? What color is it?
Check. It's let me just drop it in the chat, dude. It's in the sidebar item hover.
Let's see if this works. No, that's terrible.
Yeah. Check it out. I sent it in the chat.
Okay. Awesome. So I'll just create a variable for this. I think it's much more easier.
Right. Yeah.
I'll call it color. It's usually on all the hover effects. I'm just going to call it hover and save this. Ooh. I'll change this background to a variable. The variable is #color hover that we just defined. Let's see if it works. That's beautiful. Cool. And it's the borders are actually circular. So can I just use border radius? Will that work? Or should I give a border radius to each and every corner? Let's try it out.
Okay. Yeah. Try that.
But I really doubt if this will work. Oh, it did work.
Yeah. It looks
Let's
like it works.
padding.
Yeah. Just add padding.
Site needs a padding, right? Padding of 10 pixels, let's say.
Oh, I think we might have to change the size a little bit. Oh no, it actually worked nicely.
That works.
Yeah, that looks
Okay,
good.
Pointer, cursor pointer.
Do that on hover. On hover.
Doesn't make a difference. Same thing.
Okay. Look,
That looks good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool. So let's add some borders to it because I see there's some borders. There's some difference in it. I don't know. Is it the width of something? Something's different.
Of
Okay,
what?
we'll fix that. Those are the minor errors. We'll fix those minor errors. So let's get the
Yeah.
border. So border color. Let's get the border color first. So I'm just gonna inspect. No, actually,
Okay. It's already there, dude. In main.css, it should be there.
Okay. Where did you use that?
There, sidebar border right. It's that color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I define this variable?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So color border.
Border.
So using it for all borders, right?
Yeah.
Use that there. And yeah, so this will be our 1 pixel solid. And the color is the variable border. Not color. Border, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if it works. It's border bottom actually.
Oh
And
yeah.
border right.
Even border right.
Yeah. Oh, did not appear.
Strange. Did you save your file? Yeah.
I did not put the semicolon.
Okay.
Okay, that looks good. There's a small issue. So I think I've put a padding, 10 pixel padding to the insides, and that's why it's doing that. How we can overcome this is, let's use margin. Didn't help, eh?
Yeah. That is.
I'm gonna remove this. Let's see. That is weird.
I think there's we might. Yeah. Let's just inspect.
Navbar. The entire
Yeah. Use
navbar.
navbar.
Where did we define navbar?
Navbar.
Is strap class.
Oh,
So it
yeah.
has padding. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say navbar here and overwrite it. Padding is equal to 0. Let's see. Yeah, that worked. And now
Insights add you in.
Add padding of 10px all around.
Semicolon.
Okay, that worked. It didn't work on the left, eh? Okay, that's fine. We can add a padding to it, but it should have added some padding. It's weird. Padding left. I'll add about 15 px.
Sounds good. Yeah. Let's
The
see.
entire header has a padding inside it. So instead of inside insights, rather put it inside the header. Oh, okay. That's supposed to be there. It's a bit too much, eh? So I think the top is about 5px.
Yeah.
Left 5px. Let me go all around 5px. Let's see what happens. Looks good.
Yeah.
Or do I reduce the padding on the bottom?
Yeah. I think just reduce the padding on the bottom. Because also the alignment looks a bit off now.
Yeah. So that's padding bottom 0.
Yeah. Maybe add margin like to the whole. Actually, hang on.
It's a bit too much here. Padding left is a bit too much. 15px. Something different. I think this icon is a bit too big. We have to reduce that size. So this height, I'm just going to change to 1.5 rem. And I'm going to leave padding bottom there and reduce the padding to the icon to about 8 pixels, 5 pixels. Let's see. Yeah.
Right.
Looks much like it. I can still increase the padding all around to about 7. Looks much like it, eh?
Yeah, looks much like it. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Now the next thing we need to design is, should I design the search bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
We're done with the header. Now let's design the search bar. So the search bar, let's see how they actually did this. Inspect. So there's actually an input, and then they have that search SVG again, and
Yeah.
there's a all around it. So what I will do is, so on the search, I'll add the icon.
Input. Oh yeah, icon. Yeah.
Icon. So I'll just use a div for that. And I'll copy this icon they're using. So it's the entire SVG. So I'm just going to copy the entire element. It's funny how we cannot find any of the icons that used on the website. Like nowhere on the internet. I don't know if anyone knows way to get the icons, please let us know. It definitely help us.
Because, yeah, working with SVGs it's like a bit time consuming. Yeah.
That's very time consuming actually. And I'm going to give this a class of search icon, and the search icon, let's fill it with a color.
It's like a grayish color, huh?
Is it a grayish color? Okay, let's
yeah.
inspect and see what color it is actually. Okay, I got the color. So fill, that's the color they're using. I'll give it a height of 1 rem. Let's see how it's looking like. Oh, it's right at the end, eh?
Okay. I think it got pushed
Yeah,
to
that's
the
fine.
end.
Yeah. So what I'll do is, for the search bar, actually the nav bar, you created a nav bar, right? You create a display, add a display flex on it.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. I hope it
Did it
doesn't
come
mess
back?
up.
No, it didn't come back, eh? It's still stuck
I
to
think
attitude.
I think add a display flex maybe to the search bar maybe.
To a search bar, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So to the search bar, we'll add a display flex. And still sticking right at the end, eh?
Why is it doing that? Dude, just
See.
inspect it.
We need to give a search bar a width. So the width, is it fixed or can I just give it 100% width?
No, it looks like it's fixed, hey? Like in the beginning. Let me just check the value.
And no, it has to be, it can't be fixed because when you scroll in, this is what happens when you resize the browser.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's fixed.
I mean, just try resizing again. Try resizing again.
The search bar is fixed, but not the section.
No, just keep resizing it just like until you overlap that width. Does it like what? I just want to see what happens.
Okay.
So look, the size of the elements is not reducing. Size of
Yeah.
the element is fine. Now it reduced. Oh no, is it? Yeah, now it reduced a bit. Now it reduced.
Yeah.
Now it
So
disappeared.
I think what we can do is,
I think let's do this, right? Let's hard code it, right? Because at different media queries, the length changes. So, but the size is the same. Like if we put a percentage, like it's going to keep changing. The size is going to keep changing. We don't want that, right?
yeah.
So the size they're using is actually like 348 pixels. So just like we can put 350 pixels of width.
Let's see. Okay.
Yeah. Why is it getting pushed to the end, man?
Yeah, that's because we haven't defined the size of this side of it.
Oh, of the main container and the, okay.
Yeah. So for this search bar, okay, let's see for the header first. The header has a width of 600 pixels. And we go back to the main CSS. The sidebar has a width of 28%. The main has a width of 72%.
I think inside the main, we need to style like, what does main content have? What does trending content have?
Yeah. Okay. Inside the, could you repeat that again?
So basically I'm saying that I think we need to also specify the size of main content and trending content. Maybe that's what's.
Well, we can get to that later. Let's fix the size for the search bar first.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah.
for the if you fix the width to 350 pixels, I think let me create another div here and fix the width of that, and the parent div will actually be 100%. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm going to get a parent div which basically occupies the entire half screen, there is screen remaining, and then a div inside which will basically be a fixed div.
Oh, okay, similar to what we did in the sidebar.
Yeah. So I'll call this search. I'm just going to call it search. And so this search will basically have a fixed width of 350 pixels.
Yeah.
We can also make it display flex. And for the search bar itself, I want to fill the parent container, and I cannot use 100% because it has to be 100% minus 600 pixels. So I'll use a calc function here. Okay. So I'll do 100% minus 600 pixels because we use 600 pixels, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
There you go. So now if I resize this, it stays there. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. That is looking good. Now the next thing is to add an input box right next to it. So I'm just going to call it input placeholder. What does it say? It says search Twitter.
Yeah.
Search Twitter. And let's see How does it appear? Okay, not bad. I'm gonna give it a class as well so that we can style it, and the class will be.
Why don't we
search-
just use? Why don't we just directly style the input, dude, instead of giving it a class?
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Classes
do it.
overload. You know, too many classes.
So I'll just do dot search input and border none. I'm just gonna remove all the styling from it. So border none, background, transparent. What else is there? Let's see. Okay, that's good. Is it overview? Outline, none.
Yeah, I think remove outline. Yeah. Outline none.
Outline none. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Now, because for the entire search, I'm gonna make it a display. It's already display flex. Align. So I wanna align it vertically center. So that's align item center. Okay, beautiful. That's perfect. Now let's see. So they have like a background color to it, and
Yeah.
the space around it, and then there's those curves. Okay, so let's give the background color first. So I'm gonna give a background color to the search class. So background is okay, do you have the color for it?
Yeah, I can give you the color. Just checking it right now. I found it. Dropping it in the chat. Check that out.
Sweet. Okay. Right. Let's see. That didn't work. Okay, that worked. Now I'm just gonna copy what Akhil did for the styling, for the curves. So I'm just gonna copy this. Just a lot of writing. Oh, we can also add the padding into it. The main content. Okay, that's looking good.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Padding seems a bit too much.
Yeah,
eh?
remove the padding, or maybe make it a bit smaller. The padding, like
Smaller.
5 pixels. Yeah.
5 pixels, yeah. Okay. A bit more, maybe the padding.
Yeah.
7
Do a bit
pixels.
more. Yeah, I think this is good.
Perfect. Okay, it's perfect.
Add some margin inside the input, margin left. No, inside the input.
I was gonna add to the search box itself. It has some margin left to it first.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a lot actually. That's maybe like 30.
yeah. 30 should do.
30 does the job. And then
30 does the job, yeah.
to the icon first, let's add some padding. Top is 0. Right, I'll just add 10px. Left, bottom 0. So I can just leave it like that. Yeah, top, bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, that's looking good.
Guys, if
Maybe-
you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat. You know, we want you guys to follow along, understand what's happening, you know.
So I'm gonna add a margin left to the input box. So that will be, let me just add, it has to be very small. Because if you notice, there's a small change. And also we need to restyle the text. You see, color, the text color is a bit different. So I'm just gonna add maybe 3 pixels for this for now. Let's see, that's much better. And now let's change the text of the placeholder. Do we have to use like a pseudo element for this, Akhil?
Yeah. So you would have to do like, you know, colon placeholder, right?
Okay.
So that it'll target any placeholder.
Okay. Oh, should I just do it for all the placeholders, eh?
Yeah, I can just apply for all placeholders, yeah.
Placeholder, font size. Font size, I'm just gonna keep it as 0.9375 REM. And then
color should be like that grayish color. Let me just grab that color for you.
Cool.
Dropping it into
Okay, cool. Awesome. That's quick.
That's the color.
color. That's the color. Why does this happen? Okay, cool. Awesome. So the search bar is done. The header is done. Let's jump into the next section. Okay, this is looking very like Twitter now, eh? Look at
Yeah,
that.
it's pulling through, guys. It's pulling through.
Pulling
Awesome,
through.
awesome, awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Now the next, okay, so the header navbar is basically, yeah, it's done. Now let's jump into the main content. So I'm gonna pick a tweet quickly, a simple tweet. So yeah, so I was basically gonna do this without the image.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for that, I'll create a div in here. I can call it tweet. And inside, so if you're looking at the structure of this, there are actually two columns. So there's this first column, the second column, okay? The second column, it has the first row, second row, and then the last row, which is the icons down here. So let's create that structure first. So we've got the entire tweet card. So let me rather say tweet card, and inside the tweet card, we'll create the first column, which is profile pic, tweet profile. Can I just call that tweet profile pic? And then we have the second one. I'll just call that the actual tweet itself. And then inside the tweet, we have user details. It's a row. So user details. Cool. And then we have the text. So what do we call the text? I'm so bad with these names, but I'll just call it tweet.
Like the, yeah, that's fine.
And then we have the tweet icons for tweet actions.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the structure is set. Now let's give some styling to it. Let's go to the tweet. Let's style the tweet card first. I'm just going to do it in the main content.css. So the tweet card will actually be a display flex, because we want it to be in a row. So the first and second, and then we got the tweet profile picture. I think we've already got the profile picture somewhere down inside the sidebar. Let's get that. Let's grab that quickly. So yeah, this is the one. Just gonna close this again. Cool. So that's the tweet profile picture. And then inside user details, I'm just gonna put our user details. I'm just gonna say, okay, so actually inside user details, I'm gonna create spans. And actually put in one line. So it's gonna be the username, the name, username, and time. So we can put that quickly. So name, I'm just gonna say Zayo developer, Zayo developers, and then the next span, the username of our Twitter account, which is @Zionites. There's a small dot there, so I'm gonna add that small dot if you notice, just like a separator. So I'm gonna put that there as well. And then the time. Cool. So 41 minutes. Is that what it says? It's just 10. Cool. Let's see what we have. Okay, everything is in line. We have the image. Okay, cool. Now let's style this first. Right, let's start with the image. So I'm gonna style the image. So tweet profile, pick image. Border radius will be 50%. We want it to be round. That's perfect, fantastic. I see there's a padding top and left. Left is a bit bigger than, yeah. It's gonna randomly do like 10. Yeah,
10,
top should
15.
be 5 or 6. So I'm gonna do that to the tweet card. So tweet card, padding 7 pixels and 10 pixels. Looks much like it, a bit more, eh?
Yeah, I think padding left should be a bit more. Huh?
It's maybe like 10, 15. I think that's the one they're using. Yeah, that's the
more
one.
like it.
Yeah, that's more like it. Now for the user details, let's style that. So I'm gonna add the user details class here and change all the colors to white. Are they using white? Actually using different color for
using different colors. Don't put a color.
Okay, that's fine. We won't put a color there. I'll just put a padding left of about 10 pixels. And then I'm going to give a class to each and every span so that we can style the text inside it. So the first one, I'm going to call that class.
Call it like name and then
name,
ID.
Class ID. Why did that not work out?
I add an equal after class. Yeah.
This will be a separator. And then time. There's a lot of styling to do, eh?
Yeah.
Cool. So now inside user details, it would be so much easier if it was SCSS. We'd literally just put everything inside user details. So I have to type all the stuff in again. But it's fine. I think
we'll get there. When we're working on React projects, we'll get there. Yeah, we'll do that stuff in React.
Cool. So user details dot name. Let's see the styling for that. Let's go to the styling, inspect, and
I think it's the same stuff that was in the profile, dude. Copy paste, dude.
On the profile.
Yeah. On I think it's in the sidebar class, sidebar file.
I think it's gonna be easier typing it, man.
Oh yeah.
1 rem font weight 700 and
color white.
Color is white. There's also a text decoration on hover.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, check that.
Oh,
you see that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I see.
On hover on this, so I'm just gonna copy paste that, hover, and on hover text decoration underline.
Okay.
Underline. Let's see if that worked. Font is a bit too big. And cursor pointer, eh?
Yeah, cursor pointer. Yeah.
This 1 rem is a bit too 0.91, 0.9375.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, that looks good. That's looking like Twitter. And then this is technically just that gray color that they have. Let's just inspect that. Oh, damn. I'm just gonna grab that color. So I'm going to use a Chrome color tool. This is the best tool I've ever seen, like to get colors from the website. So easy. So I'm going to go over it and get the color quickly. So that's the color we're looking for. So that's for ID separated time. Can I just give it to the entire, because everything looks the same, right? So I'm just going to give the entire user details.
Yeah. but the style that is in name is going to overwrite that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now the next thing is to push the separator a bit on top, because if you notice there's a separator here. Let me close this, and it's somewhere in the center. So let's do that now. So I'll just call user details dot separator. And for the separator class, I'll make it position relative to something. So maybe relative to the left. So just position relative. This will allow us to use top and bottom, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so position relative and bottom like 0.4 rem. So that's half it, right? Maybe
So it's going to be like 0.4 rem from the bottom. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. Looks
Great,
more
dude.
like it.
That's legit. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Cool. The next one is, let's do the text. Let's.
Hey, what about the arrow on the right side there?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we need to add the arrow in it as well. So what I would do, I would actually do is, let me wrap this entire thing in another class, call it tweet row or something.
Yeah, tweet row.
I'm going to wrap user details. And we can have that tweet action down on the right, yeah. And then I'll just use a display flex and justify space between. I think that will work. Let's try it out. So tweet, I'm just gonna call it arrow. And inside tweet arrow, you've already used this arrow somewhere in your sidebar, yeah?
Check in the profile, yeah, in the sidebar.
Sidebar user action. It's the image. I think this is the one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna copy that. I'll close this. Okay. Cool. So in the Twitter arrow, I'm going to paste this, and you should see that. It's probably broken by now. Yeah, it's somewhere down there. Perfect. Okay. Now what we're going to do is the tweet row needs to be a display flex. So I'm going to create a class called tweet row display flex, and I think that's it. Yeah, but we need to give a width to it. With 100% and justify content space between. That didn't work. Let's see, let's inspect and see why that didn't work. So that's the content, main content, tweet card. Then we have the profile picture, the tweet itself, the tweet row. The tweet row is not actually.
Oh, make it a width 100%.
I did give it a width 100%.
Oh.
So, okay, let's check tweet. What is tweet? We haven't defined the width of tweet. That's the reason. We need to define there's no tweet anyway, so we need to define the width of tweet. So it's a tweet section basically, right? It's the entire section here.
Yeah. We're gonna make it like 100%.
No, it's not even tweets, because there's that tweet
card.
There's main content. Let me collapse this and see. The main content needs to be given a size. Am I right? Yeah, the main content needs to be given a width.
Have we not done that yet?
Nope.
Okay, okay, yeah. Let's do it.
I'm gonna do it in the main.css, main content. I remember it was 600.
Yeah.
Let's see if that works. Okay. That's the main content. Okay, main content has a width of 600 pixels now. Now let's give tweet profile picture. Yeah, tweet needs to be given a width of 100%. It's already 100%. No, it's not. It's not actually. Yeah, we need to give it 100% width. So I'll just do it in the main CSS as well. Tweet width 100%. Is that fine? So after we've given it 100, that still didn't work, eh? Okay.
Okay.
That still
What?
didn't work.
Giving it a width.
Yeah,
Just let's see the
the width 100% didn't work. So what we
what about
can
tweet card? Go to tweet card.
tweet card has a width.
Okay. And then
Let me
tweet.
open this card actually.
Oh, dude. Open your tweet card. I think your tweet card needs to have width 100, right?
Let's see. Yeah. So this is basically filling the width of the parent container. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Still did not work. Very weird. Let's see why. So with 100% of tweet card, then we have a profile picture inside it and tweet. Tweet doesn't
Yeah.
have any styling. That is very strange.
Didn't you add the tweet styling though?
I did. I did not save it.
Oh my word.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Guys, save
Cool.
your files.
Okay. So the next thing, okay, it has a different color. This style, it's a bit gray. It's not white. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the styling to gray. So let's change that first. So it's tweet arrow sidebar icon. So I'm going to change this to tweet icon because we restyling it. Is it also gray over here? Let's check Twitter. Let me close this. It's white. It's actually white. So I'll just create another class for that. Yeah. So tweet icon. Guys, if you have any questions, please drop them on the chat. We'll answer them as we could. Tweet icon. Let me copy the style from sidebar. I'm just going to copy sidebar icon. So that. And the color is actually gray. So it's literally the color we used on top. So I'm actually putting in the wrong file, eh? It's not supposed to be in the main.css, in the main content rather. And over here, I'm gonna use this gray color because that's what I think they're using. So I'm gonna fill that. Let's see what we get. Okay, looks more like it. Yeah. Okay. Height is a bit too big still, so I'm gonna reduce the height. Still much smaller than that. I'm gonna use 1 REM.
That's a bit too small.
A bit too small. So 1.2 REM.
Yeah, 1.2 should do.
Yeah. Okay, this is looking good, eh?
This is pulling through, guys. It's pulling through.
Pulling through, guys. This is our Twitter code coming through. Akil, we did not do this. We have to do this as well, eh?
Oh yeah. We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Let me add the text into it now. So let's close the Twitter icon. User details row is done. Tweet row is complete. Let's do the tweet text. I'm gonna copy paste some text. I'm gonna copy paste this text. It's actually clean enough. So let's keep it in here. Let's see what appears. Okay, so I'm gonna restyle it. So the class is actually tweet text. I'm gonna change the color of it to white because that's what they're using. I also see there's a padding on the left, so I'll add a padding of 10 pixels because we added that initially as well. And that is
Wait.
looking clean, guys. That is
Wait,
so
wait.
clean.
Is there padding 10 of top as well? Or is that too far? There's no gap here. There's no
No
padding top.
gap. There's actually no gap, eh? I think, where's the gap coming from?
Because we added padding. We added padding.
Yeah, it's probably on tweet.
Tweet text, right? It's in tweet text, bro.
Tweet row. No? Oh, we added padding. Yeah, sorry. It has padding left, eh?
Padding left.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, this is looking so clean, guys. Now let's
Perfecto.
jump to the next one. Let's go quick. Let's make
Yeah.
these icons. So there are 4 icons. What I'm gonna do is I'll basically, what can I copy? We've done this before. Let me copy this icon here.
Yeah.
And create 4 of those. Let's see what comes out. Let's do that. Okay. So in tweet actions, I'm gonna go to navbar header, the search icon. We're gonna use that for this. Literally just gonna copy paste all this styling. Let me close this now and put into tweet actions. I don't think I need a search.
No, I think you don't. You don't
I
need
do
that.
need- yeah, I do need it. Whoa.
Now that's quite the whole search thing. Remove input.
Oh yeah.
Why don't
Well,
you use the header one,
yeah.
dude?
Yes. Yeah, sorry. I thought I was using the header one. Why did I copy
Yeah.
the wrong one?
It's in navbar and then header.
Oh, it's this insights, right?
Insights, yeah.
It's actually insights. So let me close this.
Awesome, man.
Okay. Now I need to add 4 of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what comes up. It's 4 of them in a line. That's fine. Tweet actions needs to have a display flex. So tweet actions, because we want it to be in a row, and it's actually spaced. It's actually spaced in between, and actually has a fixed width if you notice, because it doesn't go right at the end. So let's check what the width is for this.
Should be a bit below 600. Huh?
Yeah, definitely below, so it's like 500 something. Where is it? Let's inspect this. Yeah, that's the one, right? 425, max width 425. So I'm
225,
going
yeah.
to put max width of 425 pixels.
Mhm.
Display of flex, because I want it to be in a row, and justify content center. No, space around, space between.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have now. Okay, this is great. This is looking so good, guys.
Yeah, pull through, eh? Yeah.
Pull through.
Yeah.
It's gonna break for some reason, but it's pulling through.
Yeah. We need to change the colors and stuff now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to change the colors. Okay. I'm just thinking there's some text right next to it. Maybe I can add that text as well. So
Okay.
I'll probably add it to one of them. I'll just add a span. Let me add to this. I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna add a span of, say, 1 in it. Let's see what pulls through. I can see the span. Oh,
Yeah.
it's going inside the hover.
That's fine. I think Twitter does it like that. Check out Twitter. Twitter does it like that, dude.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. But there's a bit of an overlap.
There's a bit of an overlap. I can see that as well. Yeah.
Maybe why
So
don't
what-
you just add margin left and it's probably just going to move a bit away from it.
No, it won't work. That won't work. So I have to create, I have to wrap it around another div
Okay.
and put the span outside it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
See?
Okay.
Oh, it now falls down. Okay.
Yeah, now we just need to make it a row. Give it a class.
I'll call it. What do you call this?
I mean, we have imported Bootstrap. We could just use the Bootstrap dflex row.
The flex row.
Direction flex row. Okay, yeah.
That works. We need to give it a margin top. So I can just use Bootstrap margin. So
Yeah.
MT2.
So 2 is basically 2 REM. Yeah.
It moves the entire thing. It's not supposed to move the entire thing. So what I'll do is inside the span, I'll just create another class and put an MT2 in it. So that will resize it. That's perfect, eh? That's
Yeah.
looking good.
So guys, just a pointer, like basically what Harjot just did is he used Bootstrap classes. So at the top of the file, we actually imported Bootstrap. So we have access to all these classes we can use. So if we ever want to add margin and stuff like that, we don't have to like create a CSS selector for it. You know, we could just directly do MT dash a number, and the number is going to be like the REM value.
Cool. I'm gonna add some. Okay, the icon size is actually very small. Let's get the icons now. Let's get the icons.
Yeah, let's get the icons.
Cool. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy the G tag only. I don't want it to override our SVG. And cool. Let's see if that pulls through. It does. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get the others as well.
Yeah.
So irritating. They all have different colors. Why did they have to do that?
I guess it just looks cooler, man.
I have to create a unique class for each and every one.
Yep. And unique variable, unique dynamic variable. Yeah, I think, yeah, let's just leave that for the end, dude. Because we need to also do the sidebar stuff.
Exactly.
And also the scrolling stuff.
Scrolling stuff as well, yeah.
There's quite a bit left, yeah.
The sidebar, and we have the menu, the top menu left. The search box, not the search, but tweet box.
Yeah, the tweet box, that's going to also take some time, yeah.
Copy this. Guys, is anyone coding along? How are you guys doing?
Yeah, how's everyone doing in the chat? Let us know in the chat, guys. Give us a thumbs up if it's going fine for you guys. Or give us like, a thumbs down if it's not going fine for you guys. Let's see a message in the chat.
I'm just gonna add an inline styling to this. I don't want to create a new class just for this text color. So what I'll do is I'll just give it a color.
Awesome, Princess. Awesome. Keep killing it. Great progress, by the way, Princess. You're doing great. A lot of progress. Keep it up.
Okay, that's looking more like
awesome.
it. Now let me just change the fill color to gray because I see they're using gray, and it's a bit smaller. The icons are much smaller than.
Yeah, it's kind of small. Yeah.
Yeah, so I see we're using insights icons. So I'm just gonna copy that from. Where did we use that?
I think it was in this file, the top.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy all these and rename that. I'm just gonna add. I'm gonna call this tweet option. Tweet option.
Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Awesome.
Tweet option.
You guys can always use the support hours, right? If if you guys want any more clarity. So just try your best to follow us along as much as possible. And yeah, I'm really happy that you guys are following along. Great stuff.
Just gonna copy paste here. Let's see if that works. Oh, that disappeared. Why? Why did this disappear?
Icon.
tweet
What
option.
did you do?
So what I did was, so insights is basically tweet option. So I copied the stylings and renamed it. That's all I did. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Comes back.
That's weird.
Oh, not there.
It came back though.
Yeah, but I've got this here. And it's not being applied. I did not
Because
save
yeah. Wait, hang on.
it. I
Okay,
didn't
yeah.
save it. Sorry.
Rookie mistake, man.
Oh, man. Okay, now let me restyle this. So it's actually not color filled blue. I'm gonna change that to the gray that we were using. Looks like they're using
Yeah.
this gray in many places.
We should probably create a variable for it, huh?
Height to 1.2 rem maybe. Let's see.
That's
much-
perfect.
Yeah, man, looks very like
That's
it.
actually perfect. Yeah.
The padding in M2 is a bit too big, eh? Let me try M1. That doesn't work.
I think M2 is good. Yeah, M2 is good.
That's fine.
I think that's
More
fine,
basic.
dude. Just
Yeah.
make it slightly bigger, just slightly bigger, one more unit bigger, like
What is
1.3. Make the
1.3?
icon a bit bigger. Yeah, I think just let's leave it like that.
Let's leave it like that, yeah?
Mm.
Okay, cool. Now tweet option, I'm just gonna copy paste this everywhere, literally changing insights to tweet option. So it's our styles are applied everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, when you hover over it, what color is it changing to? Is it changing to the blue color?
No, no. It's
Let's
not.
just add that. It's a quick function, quick
Okay,
add. We don't have to add the specific colors. Like we can just add the blue color for now, and then later on, when we're cleaning up, if we have time, we can add the other colors.
cool. Okay, so on hover, we have to use
Yeah, just change the color dash
variable.
dash color hover, change it to blue. Yeah.
to blue, eh?
Yeah.
No, but it has to be the
Actually-
fill color that changes as well.
Yeah. So make the fill, create a new variable, go to root, go to your main file. And yeah, create a new one.
Tweet dynamic.
Action, yeah. Tweet dynamic, yeah, that's fine.
And then the original color is basically
That gray thing.
that gray thing. Let me get that. That's the one. Then we use that in here. So var color tweet dynamic. And we'll copy this and
Yep.
change it here as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, just make it dynamic there as well. And then we'll just rename the variable. So color tweet dynamic, just change it to like blue color.
On hover.
Yeah.
Okay,
on
so
hover.
the background is actually not, look at this, eh? The
Oh,
fill
the
change-
background doesn't change. Only the
Background-
color changes.
Yeah. Let me see what.
So just
else
change the fill. The fill changes.
Yeah, the fill changes only. So this will stay as hover. Okay.
Okay.
So the fill changes, and over here, I'm going to change the background, the color, the dynamic color. So
Yeah.
color tweet dynamic to blue, right?
Yeah.
So I have to use a variable color blue, like that.
Yeah.
See? Look
Mhm.
at that work. Sweet.
So yeah.
That is so good. Amazing.
Awesome.
Let's add border left.
So Tando basically has a question. Tando is asking, does writing var dash dash color make a difference, or does writing it as color make an impact or any change? So it's just like the best practice to use dash dash color. So if you go to any HTML page, you're going to see root, and then there's like a whole bunch of colors that they use. And then it's just the practice that they use, dash dash color, which you can create variables in a different style and it's still going to work fine.
All
Cool.
right,
Just continue.
let's continue. Okay, things are coming up. Let's give it a back, maybe a border.
Yeah, border right. Let's do that. And also
Right.
border right?
Yeah. So to the main content, eh?
Yeah,
Let's
to main
do-
content.
So where did we define main content? Here. So border right. Let me just copy paste this because that's what we used.
Yeah.
Let's see if that applied. Did not apply, eh? Yeah, save it.
No, I think you have to do border right. Oh, okay, okay.
This
No,
border
no.
right.
What is happening? By adding it, I think you have to do it in main content. I think you added it in the wrong place.
Oh, okay. That's the main
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
Main
content.
content. There you
This-
go.
Perfecto.
Oh. Now let's add a
Put
border
a bottom to the tweet. Yeah.
tweet. Yeah. So it's the tweet. Let's see what it is. The tweet card, eh?
I mean,
Type.
how is Twitter doing it? Let's just have a look.
So border bottom.
Yeah, they just have a border bottom, dude. Literally.
Okay,
And then the next post
This
appears.
is so good,
Yeah.
eh? Yo. Okay, this is perfect.
Yeah.
This is literally the tweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna duplicate this. And we'll make.
Do you want to
Okay.
add first do the tweet? Let's first do the tweet section, then we can duplicate it.
So this
I mean,
subsection.
Yeah,
eh?
where you add a post, add a tweet. Yeah. that one.
So that's that.
Damn, this is pulling through, bro. This is awesome. This is awesome. Like each time we do a clone, this is mind blowing. We start from scratch and it's crazy. Like just in a couple of hours, how much you can accomplish. Imagine, like, I think in most projects, you can spend like about a couple of days just styling, coming up with your style structure. And then from then on, it's just, focusing on the functionality. It's just, you guys have so much power as developers. It's crazy.
What do I call this, Akhil? Give me a suggestion. Give me a last name suggestion for this.
Call it post tweet. So you're gonna post tweet. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And inside post it, let's analyze the structure. So we have the profile picture, which is a standard, and then we have this input box. Then we have this 1, 2, 3, 5 icons. Then we have this here. Okay. So how I see it is, well, everyone sees it in different ways. Maybe you can create 2 different rows. But what I see the simplest way for me is I'll create 2 columns. So this would be the first column, this would be the second column, and then have 2 rows in between inside the second column. That's how I'll be going about this.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So the first one, I'll just call it posts pic.
Yeah.
And inside post picture, I'll have this picture again.
Why don't you just use the tweet profile pic class? It should be the same style,
Technically, yeah, we can do that. I'm just gonna copy paste there, and then we'll have the second one, post call 2. I don't know. I'm gonna call that. I don't know what to call it. Column 2.
Come
Okay.
on, dude. Come on.
What
Call
do
it
you
like
call it? What do you call it?
call it tweet. So you're gonna create 2 rows here now, right?
Yeah.
So call it tweet input, and then under that we'll have tweet actions. Post
Yeah,
tweet post tweet actions.
Post actions. And then we'll have a div inside this. This will be post input. And then we'll have post actions, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, damn.
What's up?
It can't be actions. I already called it actions.
Post section. Let's call it post section.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's style this. I'm going to go down to the main contents. First thing I need to make sure is that the post tweet is actually of display flex. So I'll
Yeah.
do that first. So post tweet, display is flex. And then once we have that, what happened here? There's something missing.
Oh, a div disappeared.
Yeah, I think I removed it by mistake. Post section. Okay, and the post section. So tweet profile picture already has display flex, all the styling on it. So I'm not going to play around with that. Rather, I'll go for post section and style that now. Post section. Inside post section, I'll make this a display as flex and flex direction column because it's two different rows.
Mm.
So flex direction, right?
Yeah.
Flex direction column. And then once we have the flex direction column, let's see what we have in there. Okay, that's fine. Let's put the input tags now, right?
Yeah.
Placeholder is, let's see what's happening. Okay, and then post action, we have, I'll just get the same tweet div icons. Okay, there are 4 of them, so I'll add 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking good. Cool. Let's see what we have now. We have to make sure that they're all in a row. So let's do that now. So change post actions for display flex. And that will get everything to a row.
Right. Yeah.
No, it didn't work. Okay,
What?
we'll give it a width. So post section, where's post section? I didn't, okay, here it is. A width of 100%.
Yeah. So it'll fill the remaining space, right?
Yeah. Post action width of 100%. Why is that not working?
I think it's post actions here. Post actions. I think you named the class.
Yeah.
I think that should do the job.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Can I quickly put a border bottom here as well?
Yeah, go for it.
It just helps separate the sections. So this is the post section, which will have a border bottom. Looks quite big, so 10px solid. I just copied the color from Twitter. Let's see if that's the right one. That is the right one. Why is it not doing the entire thing?
Because applied, don't only apply to section, apply to post tweet. That has to be applied to post tweet, yeah.
Okay, looking good.
Epic, yeah.
Now what I'm going to do is let's style the, should I change the spacing first? Let's add padding and stuff. So post tweet, we add padding of 10px. Let's see what Twitter has. It is about 10px.
Yeah, looks about the same.
More. So top is 10.
It's same thing as before. 10, yeah, 10px, 15px. Let's do that. Yeah, that's good.
Cool. Now what I'll do is I'll style the post input, the input. So what I need to do is post input. I actually don't need that div, eh? But it's fine.
What? Post input? Yeah, we don't need it. Yeah.
Don't need it if you think about it. Border none, same thing again. Border none, background transparent.
Outline none.
Outline none. Anything else?
Margin left.
Margin left.
10
10
pixels.
px.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Let's give it a height. Oh, let's change the font size now. So to change the font size, can I just change it inside the input, or do I have to use the pseudo selector again?
Font size of the placeholder.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah, I
see.
think you need to use the pseudo selector.
Yeah, I need to use a pseudo selector.
Yeah.
So how did we do that earlier? So I get that
I think it
right.
was dash
Placeholder.
place. Yeah. Whoa, I think why don't you just add the font size? Oh, okay, I see. Why don't we need to make the placeholder specific to that input tag then?
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
Just gonna copy this. I think it's the same color.
Yeah, it's the same color.
The font size, yeah. And post input. Font size just increases to about 1.1 rem, I think.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
A bit bigger. 1.2. Sweet. Okay, and the input actually has a margin on top. Maybe of 10 px.
Margin top. You have to specify margin top, right?
Yeah, thanks. Margin top.
Mhm.
A bit more. No, I think it's perfect.
I think that's good. Yeah.
Sweet. And let's get these icons.
Yeah. I think we can change the fill.
Yeah. So the G tags, I'm going to change that here. Post action. Am I changing it right? Yeah.
No. You only need to change the G tag, bro. You also change. I think you might have changed the SVG.
Oh yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So option shift F, okay. We don't need this circle from here. I'm gonna remove that. Let's get the other ones quickly. So I was quickly gonna get through this. So G tag, copy, paste. So this one actually has two different paths. That's because it has two different, it's a GIF and that overview of it, the rectangle. And then you get this. Is anyone coding along, Akhil? I haven't seen the chat.
Yeah, everyone seems to be coding along. Yeah.
Nice. Great, guys. Is everyone using the inspect element of Chrome to get all these icons?
I think so. I mean, like, I remember that one of the students actually had like a specific Chrome extension for getting doing the inspect for getting the color. So I think some of them might actually be using that Chrome extension.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Epic. It's pulling through, eh?
Pulling through, dude.
Yeah.
We built this from scratch. I can't still believe it.
Yeah, dude.
So,
All the time. Always gets us, eh?
Always. Okay. I'm gonna inspect this. I wonder why it's highlighted. That's fine. The next thing we have to do is change the G tags, eh? Oh, no, actually the fields. The fields need to be changed.
Yeah, just the fill. It just needs to be. Why don't you just use the insights fill? We should have done that in the beginning. Yeah.
Should have done that in the beginning. So I'll just change it to insights.
I think you can leave it as tweet option. Just check one. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I can change it to insights.
Yeah.
So I have to do that for each and every one. Should have done that earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. It's coming up, eh?
It's pulling through. It's pulling through.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Damn, okay.
I think we just need to margin top now. Just give it some space.
Yep. So to the post actions. So I'll give it a margin top of
Also a bit of margin left, maybe.
yeah. Margin top of about 20 pixels maybe. Margin left of standard 10 pixels. Been using that. 10 seems a bit too much.
Yeah, I think 10 is a bit much. Just make it like 7. 7 should do.
That's weird. Okay.
That sounds good. Yeah, that's top. That's
Sounds
top.
good. That looks so good.
Okay. Now we just need to add the tweet button. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tweet button and put it here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's actually going to be in the post section as well. No, actually post actions because we make 2 rows. So post input is done and post actions, you see? So I'm going to create another div.
Another div. Yeah. I think you need a wrap your div. Yeah.
I have to wrap the entire thing. So div, call
it post icons. Post icons.
Yeah. Post icons. And we'll wrap everything. Yeah, that's what I wanted to figure out. Which
Collapse the.
This is the one, right?
Okay, just save, hit Command S. It'll automatically reorganize for you.
Okay, that's cool.
Then
I'm a bit lost here. Eh? This post,
yeah.
This is the one, right? Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Now so under that you can have.
Under this, I'm gonna create. Yeah.
Whoa, something's wrong, dude. Something's wrong. The divs are not matching up. Just do Alt Shift F.
Alt Shift F.
Okay, there we go. Now try collapse it. The post
icons. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Yeah,
that's perfect. Now I'm gonna call this class of post tweet.
Yeah.
Post button. Post btn, and I'm gonna copy the button that you used in the sidebar.
Yeah.
There's so much code actually.
Yeah, I think there's just a small difference. I think we just don't have to specify the width anymore.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get. This is the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
So clean.
It's just a span.
Yeah.
I think the styles, copying the styles makes more sense. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna remove. Do we need another? Yeah, we do, right? Because we have to change it to a display flex.
Yeah.
Do we need this div?
The post btn.
Yeah, we can remove it, eh?
Yeah, I can remove it. You can just work off with the span. Yeah.
So post button and get sidebar button. Yeah, there's a whole lot of styling. I'm gonna literally copy paste this in here, change it into post button. And in post button, we don't need the width. We don't need.
Yeah.
Do we need width?
Yeah, I think min width might be. I think that's the sufficient width. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. There's a bit too much padding all around.
Padding. Yeah. Remove some padding.
Height.
Yeah, I think you can remove the height, bro. Remove the height. We don't need that height anymore.
Jeez. Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah, we just need to fill it.
You wanna see what?
We just need to style post actions now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check what height they're using.
Like 45 pixels.
Like 45 pixels, eh? Let me
Yeah.
give it a 45 pixels.
Okay.
Height of
Yeah.
45 pixels.
Mm.
Padding of about, do we need padding? 5. I'm going to leave it as a 5 pixel padding all around.
Yeah.
It's
I
still
think you don't
big.
need padding. You don't need padding top and
Oh.
bottom. I think, yeah.
Why do I still have
Why does it still look bigger?
maybe 40 pixels? Yeah,
Yeah,
much,
it looks
much
like it.
perfect. Cool.
Yeah.
So this is basically done. I need to get everything aligned. So post icons, post button, everything is inside post actions. So post actions needs to have a display of flex. So post actions, I'm going to change the display to flex. And then I think that's it. With
No,
100%.
justify content space between, right?
Yeah, correct. Justify content space between, because we want it to stick to the ends. Why is this not going down? Like, why is it not
I
aligning?
think something might have messed up with our.
Post input.
No, it's not post input. It's post action, post icons. We put everything in post icons. So yeah,
Oh, okay, cool. So post
change post actions to post icons. Yeah,
correct.
and there we go.
There we
Ditto.
go.
Wait, I think the tweet just looks a bit up.
Yeah, why is that? Can we do flex end? Because I wanted to align with this row.
Yeah,
Post
I think just do align items flex and
post actions with post actions. Yeah.
post button,
Align.
right? Post button.
No,
Oh yeah,
align.
you can do it in actions as well. I think yeah.
Align actions, flex end.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. How's
that's
that looking,
perfect.
guys? How's that looking?
That's perfect, bro. That's perfect.
Dude, that looks so similar.
Ditto, man. Yeah,
Let's
cool.
duplicate a whole lot of these, and let me add like a cursor and
Yeah.
cursor pointer. Sweet. Okay, now I'm gonna copy paste all these tweets. Let's see. I say, is it just us two? Okay, let me copy paste these these things. Where are the tweets? These are
Yeah,
tweets, right?
so those are the tweets. Yeah, I think it's the tweet card.
Tweet card. So I'm gonna copy the
Yeah.
paste this, all of them. So we'll have copy paste, and it should overflow actually. So let's see how this thing goes. So tweet card. Close this.
What? Oh, just do Alt Shift F, dude. Alt Shift F.
We have done that.
Okay, now it should work. Try to collapse everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tweet card. We should have overflowing happening on our page right now. Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
Things should be breaking. Yep, it does.
And it breaks. And yeah, perfect.
Now let's fix
What
this
we
whole
wanted.
thing.
Yeah.
Scroll. And if you notice, the home is actually fixed on top. So let's fix that.
Yeah, let's also fix the home. Right.
Yeah. So cool. So what I'm going to do is let's go to the main content. In the main content, where's main content? Yeah. Yeah. So main content, I'm just going to change overflow to hidden.
Yeah.
Flow is hidden, and we can add overflow. Is it overflow Y?
Yeah, overflow Y, scroll. Overflow -Y, scroll.
That's scroll. Like that.
No. Overflow Y and then scroll.
Oh,
Yeah.
why like that? Okay,
No,
cool.
overflow. It's overflow dash Y and then colon scroll.
Okay, cool. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, that scrolls pretty decent. That is fine. Why is this scrolling as well? That's not supposed to scroll because that's on the main container. It's supposed to be in the main
Yeah.
content.
Main content. Yeah. There we go.
Should never name these things like this, eh? And that does not work. That
Okay.
is
I
not
think
working.
small issue.
There must be some small issue. Let's fix that. So overflow hidden or overflow Y. Scroll.
Shouldn't. Okay. Wait. Main content. Shouldn't this be on content only, not main content, right?
Hmm,
Because check
That's
out the
fine.
structure. It's main, navbar,
Yeah.
and then content.
that's true. So it is inside main content. Have we styled
Inside
content?
content. I don't think we did. No.
I don't remember styling content anyway, yeah? So
Yeah. Put it in the.
yeah, I'm gonna put it in here. Content is basically overflow hidden scroll.
Yeah.
That still does not work.
Oh, strange.
It's very strange.
Um,
Let's check it out one more
inspect.
time. There is a hidden overflow hidden scroll on that.
Oh, do you think you need to set the height and width to
100 VH. Let's see.
no, I mean it should just match the parent container, so 100% should even do. There you go. Huh? Just remove the thing.
Okay, 100 VH will not work. Maybe 100% will work. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. This is
This is perfect. Yeah.
good. Why is it 100? Okay. The reason
Just-
why this is happening is because we have this small nav bar. So we need to calculate this. The height is actually not 100%. Calculate 100% minus. What height did we give that? Let's check.
I don't think
Let's
we give it a height, eh?
I don't think we've given a height, but we can figure it determine. It's about 50 pixels.
50.8 pixels. Yeah.
50.8 pixels. So
Yeah.
let's do that.
I think I say like make sure you put this, remove the spaces. It won't work
What?
when you're doing the calc function. Like
Yeah.
remove the
Oh,
spaces.
yes, correct. Yeah. That got
And
us
then
last.
also before the bracket there on the left. Go back. Yeah. There you go.
Are you sure you have to remove the space here? No, you
Okay,
need to have it.
Yeah, there you need to have the space. Yeah. There you
that
go.
works. That's so
That's
clean, guys. This is so clean.
Legit. This is legit. Awesome, guys. Awesome stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Now, last thing is creating the side card. Let's create this quickly.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah.
Looking so clean.
It's looking sleek, eh?
Yeah, man. We built this
Yeah.
from scratch, dude.
That's crazy. That's crazy, guys. Awesome. Let's go. Let's wrap this up.
Wrapping. Let's do this. Cool. That was navbar content. Inside content, we have
Inside content.
post tweets, then trending content. So I can close the main content.
Main content. Yeah.
Trending
Okay,
content. I have a card in here. So I'm
Yeah.
basically gonna use dot call this what? What do we call this? Trends card.
Yeah. Trends card. You can call it trends. Whoa,
card.
did we? Yeah. Okay. A trends card.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And inside trends card,
We have a header.
The header, these
Item.
these, and we'll copy paste that, and then the
Yeah.
show more. So I'm just gonna call it trends header. So trends header, and then trends
Item.
content.
You can call it item. It's an item, right?
Yeah. And
Call it item.
then-
It's one item. So it's like we're gonna just replicate items, right?
Okay.
Each item.
No. Inside trend items, we'll have multiple items.
Oh,
So
okay, got it. Okay, cool. And
then
then
trend footer.
action.
Yep.
I guess. Trend footer, yeah. Trend footer, that's perfect.
Cool.
Fine.
All right.
Let's start with the header.
Start with the header. So in the header, it's basically what we did for home and this.
Yeah, I think we can reuse that.
Can I try copy paste that? Let's try it.
Yeah.
Let's try
Yeah.
doing that.
Let's reuse that, yeah.
So that is actually in the nav bar. So go to nav bar, header. It's the entire nav bar, this entire thing. So let's copy paste
Yeah.
this and put it into our trends header. Let's see how this comes out.
Oh, I think you forgot to put a opening, yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think this might cause. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. If you put this.
Definitely overflow because why do we have two search boxes?
Oh, I think you copied the wrong thing, bro. Yeah, I don't need the search bar.
Yeah. Let's see. It's still okay. This is happening because the header class actually has a width to it. So I'm going to remove that.
Okay.
Why is it still going down?
Dude, I think let's just create it from scratch, man. I think let's just create it from scratch.
Okay, but either ways, it's going down.
Yeah.
It's not supposed
I
to be
think
the case.
let's just do display flex on content.
Yes, content doesn't have a display flex, correct. Display flex.
Yeah.
There you go.
Perfecto. Yeah.
Perfect. Why don't we have a border left right here? I mean, we can fix that later.
Yeah.
So cool. Now inside, so the home will basically have this format.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna create that quickly.
Dude, don't do it in the main. Don't do it in the main. Do it inside the main content. Yeah.
Content, okay. So the trends header. So we're gonna tell the trends header, the H1 tag in it, the font size. We can give it a font size of what was the font size there?
1.1875.
875 REM, and then the color is basically white.
Font weight.
Font weight 700. 700. Perfecto.
Yeah, that's
Let's
it, dude.
change it to trends for you, right? Okay, where was this? There's so much code now.
Yeah. And yeah, I think now we can add like the
icon.
Yeah, the icon. We can solve that.
The icon can go. Okay, let's fix the icon now. Just thinking how we do this. Can I restyle this?
Display flex on trends header display flex, right?
On trends header display flex.
Yeah. So it appears as well. No. This is H1, right? We need to create separate class for trends header.
Trends header display flex.
Yeah, and then I'll put it in a line, and then we can get the space between things.
A fixed width. It is a fixed width.
It's a fixed width. Yeah. Yeah.
It's great. Okay. Let's see what the width is. 348 pixels actually, eh?
Lit, yeah.
So
350 pixels, I guess. It's fine.
So we can make a trends card and give it a width of 350, eh?
Yeah.
350 pixels. And let's see. Oh, we won't notice that. Let's give it a background.
Add a background. Background is the background hover color, dude. That's the color.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Variable. dash color hover. What?
Yeah, I think
That's
it was, yeah.
hover. Cool. Cool. Let's see.
Yeah,
Go
put a
to-
semicolon.
Nice.
Okay.
This is
Nice.
good.
Awesome.
Cool. Now
Cool.
we're gonna get the circular rounds around this. I'm just gonna use copy paste your. Should I use that?
Yeah, you can use that. And then I think we have to like specify a certain size because I don't think we want the entire thing curved.
Correct. Yeah. So just make it like 10 pixels. You wanna
10
check what
pixels.
you used?
I mean, let's try 10 pixels. If it looks similar,
Yeah.
we don't have to check. Yeah. 10 might
pixels.
actually be.
Actually not. Yeah, this has to be a bit more. Like 13 maybe. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna do justify content center and all that stuff to the card.
Yeah.
Was it to the header? Justify content space between
A
and
line
then
item.
line item center. That should, let's see what that, perfect. Okay.
Yeah. And then you can do margin left on the card. On the card.
On the card, I want to put a padding to this.
Yeah. Padding.
10px.
That should be good.
It's quite big
Great.
actually. It's not 10px, eh?
Maybe it might be a bit smaller. Huh?
It's to the card actually. So
Yeah.
we'll add, first let's add a margin left of what was
Should be
it,
the
30?
same. Yeah, I think it's 30 pixels. It should be the same as the search bar.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And then
cool.
let's have
Margin
a margin top.
Yeah.
Margin top is about 10px.
And
And
yeah.
then padding all around, let's give about 10px as well, right?
Yeah.
Perfect, guys. This is looking
Awesome,
so
awesome.
clean.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're almost done, guys. We're almost done.
Yeah.
Let's
Add a
pause
border bottom for
border
the
bottom header.
yeah.
Border bottom.
1
1px.
px.
Solid. Let
And
me
then
grab
bar.
this.
We actually have the color. We actually have the color. It's bar. I think we call it border, color border.
Okay, cool. Yeah. This is why variables are so helpful.
Yeah.
Color.
Dash border.
Let's see. Okay, that's looking clean. Okay, so as you can see, it's not filling up the entire thing.
Yeah.
So I think what we can do is to fix that. I'll remove
Add
the
it to the
padding
card.
from here,
Yeah.
and then add a padding to the card. Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So the padding over here.
Padding left, do padding left and padding right and
Yeah,
padding.
so top is 10px. Okay.
Yeah. Right is also 10 px.
Right, left is also 10px. Bottom is about
0.
5px.
Bottom should be 0, right? Okay,
Is
5.
it?
Okay.
Okay, this is good. This is fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let's add the items. Let's add these items.
Yeah.
Okay. Trend header. Let's add the items, and the items. Let's create the structure. So there's this one row. Second
Yeah.
row. There's 3 rows basically. So I'm going to create 3 rows. The
Yeah.
first one I'm going to call it trending.
Well, trend item, right? Trend item.
Oh yeah. Okay. Trend item, and inside trend item, we have something called trending.
Just put spans, yeah.
Oh, can I just use spans?
Yeah, just use spans. You can just do span dot trending, and then Emmet will do its thing.
Okay, that's cool. Trending,
Yeah.
and then the next one is
Title, span dot title. Yeah.
Span dot title,
And
and
then
then
lastly,
the tweet
yeah.
number. So span dot tweets. Cool. Rather call it tweets. So inside this, let's say that I see that there's that small arrow there, and then there's this text. So I'm just gonna say trending in Malawi, trending in Zayo,
Yeah.
Zayo. I'm gonna say React.js because we're soon coming. We will soon be doing React.js.
Yeah.
The number of tweets. Let's say let's give a random number tweets. Let's see what goes through. So as you can see, everything is in line.
Line.
That means the trend item needs to have a display of flex and
Yeah.
text direction column. Okay. Trend item.
Items, right? Items.
Item itself.
Oh yeah, the item. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flex
Flex
direction is row.
Column.
Correct. So,
And then
so
color white.
everything
whole thing.
comes. So it's
Oh,
actually
hang
not
on.
white.
Make it gray. Make it that gray color for everything. Similar to what we did in the
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what gray color that is? This gray. Let's see. I'm going to inspect that.
Or you could just use the color thing.
This is what they're using.
We should have created a variable for this as well.
Yeah. It's the color, that's the color. And then let's see if it comes through. It does. React.js, which is title. So I'm going to do .trend dash item.
Dude, don't we have like a title that we can reuse already?
I don't know. I think we can. I was going to call this white.
Font weight, add a font weight.
Weight 700. I think we should make this global, you know?
Yeah, we should have made it global. I mean, we
And
could
then-
always do 0.987975975
I think the
REM.
size is fine.
No, shouldn't it be a bit smaller, bro? Check it out.
Font size 0.9375, right?
9375, yeah. Cool.
Now for trends item trending, we just need to reduce the font size. What size do you think that is?
Like 0.8 REM.
7 REM. Let's see.
Let's see.
Still too big.
Yeah.
Why? It's not being applied. Oh,
Dot trend item, yeah.
that's so 0.8, eh?
Yeah.
Clean, guys. This is so clean.
This is lit.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to add like a line height between each item?
a line height?
Yeah.
I think it's fine for now.
It's fine, huh? Okay, cool.
We can add a line height to the next one, to the tweets. You see, the tweets has a line height.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Trend,
I mean, we can just add margin top.
yeah, we can do that even. So trend
Dude,
item.
why is there that weird character on your tweets, like in the HTML? Okay, yeah.
Where that came from. Font size, it's the same as that, right?
Yeah. 0.8. And then margin top.
Margin top, 4 pixels. Let's see if that goes through. Clean, guys. This is so clean.
Yeah. Awesome. And then now we just add some padding and stuff.
Yeah. Padding to the entire item.
Trend item. Yeah.
So padding 10px. Let's see what comes up. Okay. Very good.
Margin bottom.
I think there's a bit more padding on the left and right. So I'm gonna say 15px. Okay. So 15px.
Yeah. We need to add
Yeah.
that arrow. We forgot that
And-
arrow.
Yeah, so border the arrow. Oh yeah, we'll add that. Let me
You can
add
just
the
copy
bottom
paste.
button.
Copy paste the one from the header above, from the
The
trend
bottom
header.
button. Yeah. So I'm just gonna have this as 1px
And
solid px solid variable is dash dash color border, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that works. The
Perfect.
last item doesn't. Oh, we'll have a footer, so that'll sort it out. We need to put that arrow though. So you said I should click from here, right?
Yeah, you could just reuse that arrow. It's the
Just
same
reuse.
thing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get that quickly. Where was it?
I think it was in the
Main
tweet
function, one of these tweet cards.
cards. Yeah.
Um,
There we go. Tweet actions. No. No, I think this is this the one? Yeah, it's in the tweet row. I think you created a tweet row.
tweet
Should be
row.
inside the tweet row.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the tweet. In the tweet row, we have
Arrow.
the tweet. That's the
Copy.
one. Let's take
Yeah.
that and close all this. Close all this. I'm gonna put that inside trending inside here. So I think we'll have to create
Yeah.
another div here. So I'll rather create a div here.
Yeah.
Okay. So and create a span for this, and this
Yeah.
span will contain the trending in Zayo. Let me just paste this quickly. Trending in Zayo. Go inside the span, and
You can add the class trending to that.
oh, go. It went down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for trending, what I'll do for trending,
You can use. Let's try use Bootstrap dflex.
okay, we can do that. So
Yeah, put the trending class in the span, back in the span,
why?
because the color, the font size. We just need to.
Oh yeah, class trending, right?
Yeah.
And here we can change it to deflex.
Deflex, and then space between. I guess space dash between.
Space dash between. Let's see if that
Align
works.
items. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Deflex worked. Space between did not work.
Yeah, I think it's align items space between. I can just check quickly.
Or I can just create a class quickly now.
Yeah.
So for trend row, so I'm gonna create a trend row here. We need to give a width to it as well, remember?
Yeah.
So
I think the
for
width can be relative to parent, so it can be like
100%.
that can be 100%. Yeah.
Display flex. Justify content sent space between. I think that's it. That's it, guys. Oh,
That's it.
it's not appear.
Align item center.
No, it did not work.
Oh, make the
Trend row.
trend item 100%.
Trend item 100%, correct. Width 100%. And let's see. It still did not work. Let's inspect and see what's happening here.
Probably
So
some width issue.
trending is fine. Deflex.
Remove that. Remove that
Yeah,
deflect.
I did not save it. I did not save it.
Oh,
Awesome,
okay.
guys. This is looking so
Align
cool.
item. Did you align item center? It looks a bit down for some reason.
Okay, we can do that quickly. So excited, man. This is clean.
Yeah, it's pulling through, dude. It's pulling through. This is lit. This is crazy. This is
Fun.
crazy.
Where is this align items going? Here. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to align items. Center.
Yeah.
Let's see. Much better. Now let me duplicate this
Replicate.
item. Replicate it. I'm going to copy paste this entire trend item. 1, 2, 3, 3.
4 times, right?
5. Yeah. Let's close all these trend items. I think we're almost done, guys. We're almost done.
Yeah. This is pretty much it. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
We need to do the footer, and that's it. Once we do the
Yeah.
footer.
Hit the footer and close off here. This is our Twitter clone, guys. How
Yeah,
clean
this
is
is
it?
This is crazy.
You managed
I can-
to add new icons?
Yeah, I can push my code. Should I push my code and then you want to pull it?
No, let me get the footer first. Let me add make.
Okay, yeah, add the footer.
So the footer is basically a span with this, right?
Yeah, it just says show more.
Show more. So let me get show more here. Span. Show more. And trends footer will have a padding all around. So trends footer padding
10
10 px
10, 15, 10, 15.
10 15. Okay. Now the top is much more than the left. Notice. So 15 10.
Okay, try that. Yeah, that's
Okay.
about right.
That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what the show more does. The color for it. There you go. You pick it. It's the same color they're using everywhere.
Yeah, so you can just use our blue color.
Color var variable dash dash
Color
color
dash.
dash blue.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
And then cursor pointer.
Cursor pointer. Cursor pointer has to be to the entire item. So
Okay, got it. Yeah.
pointer. I can also do it to the footer span. Okay, so cursor pointer here as well. Nice. This is great, guys. This is
It.
the
This is
Twitter clone.
Yeah, this is it, dude. Dude, do you want to just like replicate this trends for you? Because I think just open Twitter. I think there was something below it.
Who to follow?
Who to follow. So yeah, I think we don't have to do that part. We can
We don't
just
have we almost like got like almost overtime already. We're overtime actually, so we don't really
Yeah.
have to do that. But
it's kind of similar concepts. So let me just
there
push
is-
my code. And yeah, I hope you guys are able to complete it from here. So
so do you want to push your code?
yeah, I'm just gonna push my code, get status, add get
This is exciting, guys.
added all.
If you have cloned Twitter, please email us, tag us on Facebook and Instagram, show us what you've created. We'd like to see your clones.
Yes, guys, we want to see the awesome work that you guys are doing from here. Cool, Harjot, it's pushed. You can try pulling from your side now.
Git add, git commit. I'm gonna say this clone complete.
No, I don't think exclamation is gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna recognize the exclamation.
That's something new I've learned. Didn't know
Yeah.
about that. After git commit dash am clone complete. Git pull origin
Master. I mean, you don't have to do master. Yeah.
Let's see the changes. WQ. And let me
check your app. It's loaded. There you go.
Yeah, all the changes have been pulled through. This is amazing.
It's actually quite trippy, eh?
Wow, this thing needs to be fixed, eh? This item.
Yeah, you can just do yeah, like you can just
to the item itself. So
yeah, I think to the item itself we can just add it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go down to the main content. Where is it? Search bar. This all search bar tweet. Let me check what exactly it was called. There's so many things we've built right now. So it is in the main content. It's the tweet card, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the tweet card. Must be the tweet card.
So it's the tweet card. Let's get the tweet card. I'm just gonna search for it. There's so many stylings. Tweet card. There you go. Border bottom. I'm gonna make a border right to it as well.
Perfecto.
And if you check the link, we should be able to see this, right? So if I do git add, git commit Final complete.
Yeah.
Git push origin master. All the code should go to our Git repository
Exactly.
now.
Yeah.
Rectify will automatically deploy it. Guys, let's check out the live link. What is the live
Yeah.
link?
The live link, let me just drop it in the chat right now. I have it open here.
Guys, this is on my local right now. We have completed the Twitter live clone, guys. This
Dude,
is so-
Harjot, do you want to just quickly add the fav icon?
Oh yeah, I can do that. So in the index, is it, what was it again?
I think it was a link, and then the rel has to be like icon.
Do you have the fab icon? There. Yeah, href. Is it source or href?
Yeah. Check out the chat. I dropped it in the chat.
Assets / favicon. Fab
I'm just gonna
icon.
grab that link.
Didn't pull through. Is it source?
Yeah. Damn, this is awesome, man. This is actually legit, dude. Holy shit. Oh my god. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Holy, dude, you need to check it out. It's deployed.
Why is the fab icon not working?
Fab icon.
Href.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dude, this is so trippy, dude. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
dude. Okay, just push this again. Push this up again. And we got to get on for the gram, guys. Thank you so much for being with us. This has been epic. This has been epic. Oh my gosh. Every single time, it's just so mind-blowing how much like you can do within just a couple of hours, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah, let's do something for the grab now. This is our Twitter clone. Let's see how accurate it is. Let us
Let me
know
play
how
some-
accurate the clone
Let me
is.
play some epic track in the background.
Dude, can't believe this. We made this.
I'ma do my thing regardless. If it's me against the world, then I'll be heartless. I try my hardest. You can't tell me you don't see that I'm sparkling. All in, all yeah, all in. I did what I had to do. Oh, I'm not sorry. Who's calling? Who's calling? Man, and they salty. Man, and they
That's
salty.
right.
First of all, I made my sacrifices by my lonely self. Then I had to face the consequences by my lonely self. Everybody looking at me as I almost self-destruct, cause they want me to give it up or fuck it up. This world is tough. If I wasn't strong enough, if I wasn't hard enough, I'd do what they want, but I am. So I'm going up, going ham, going buck, going home with the bucks. Peter Pan, Neverland, bought some land, this what's up. This is not up for debate. No matter what, I'm
Hey guys, thank you so much for the
I'ma
session
count my
today.
blessings. I can't count my days.
I'm looking forward to the next one. Probably sometime next week. Thank you so much for attending.
I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
You can't tell me you don't say that